Yep, we are live. Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to DCL PrimeTime. I guess Parthiv is running late, and today we have a very exciting show ahead of us. Some key games have happened, and to take us through the games, we have Satish Gaba, our regular analyst. And today, Gaba will be doing something which is completely different, which is will be doing something like a crystal ball prediction. This is a prediction of what the playoff rankings possibly could look like. Again, don't hold us to it. We have tried to do our best case analysis. We have looked at various options, and we have come out with a consensus estimate of what we think the rankings are going to look like. But ultimately, the rankings are going to depend upon what happens on game day. But without further delay, let's continue to start, and let's start with the very first game. And what's the first game, Gaba? I'll let you decide it.
Parthiv join.
Yes.
Yeah, let Parthiv do the needful. I'll work on some of those.
No,
streamline.
I think
Parthiv.
somebody needs to drive. Yeah, somebody needs to drive. I'm on my phone, so if you guys
okay.
have internet connection
So
issues.
we have fourth fighters versus Thunderbolts. So that was like, I think it's rained out game which played on 4th of August. I think we
Yes.
might have
Yeah.
last week.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Carry on, Gaba. I think the ball is in your court.
Okay, yeah. So this was the rain-out game, as Satya mentioned, and it has been rescheduled on Friday. Drake Sports Park, and Fighter won the toss and elected to bat first, and it was no surprise that they scored 124 runs with 7 wickets in losing 7 wickets. Where Moon and if you see right, all those 4 5 people at the top order and Captain Mahesh itself scoring runs, which has contributed 124. In returns, Thunderbolts could not contain the bowling of Fighters, which is top notch at this point, and they got all out in 44. So this was the quicker highlight on this side, and Mahesh Babu was as again good with the bat and as a ball as well. He picked up the 2 wicket, just giving 7 runs in 3 overs, and Gopu was also picking up the another 3 wicket from the fighter side. That was a pretty much. I just wanted to cover it quickly. This was a one-sided game, though. Anything you guys want to add, Parthiv, Vijay?
Vijay, you are mute.
Sorry, not really, because since we have so many things to cover, especially with regards to the crystal ball analysis, and also because we have a lot of games to cover, I think I'll pass over most of the games. And if Parthiv doesn't have anything, we can go on to the next game.
Yeah, let's move on to the next game. Yeah.
Parthiv, I can't see your video.
Can you see me now?
Okay. Yep.
Another game was, I think, one of the best game from the last week. The top-notch two best side was fighting each other, and Pokris versus Glads, where Glads, I think Vijay was mentioning that he does not have a team, and when I see the team, I was quite okay with it. I know that you guys having some difficulty to play with 11, but that thing apart, Pogri started batting, and I think they had very good start where Neil scoring 41 and Vignesh scoring those 8 10 run. After that, Arun came and scored those quick 50. I think it was one of the best knock from that week. 40 balls, 52 runs, and 3 6s against a very good bowling side of Glads. And Saran also coming lower order, middle order, I would say, and giving enough support to Arun with those 20 runs. So with that, with the help of those batsmen, they managed to score 143 run. If you ask in a DCL standard, 143 is at par, but looks like Glad was in a different mood while they want to bat. But before go to there, if you see right, there are Glad used the seven seven bowler, and if I'm not wrong, they fielded with 10 as well because one of their player has to leave early. But Satya picking up the 3 wicket, but it was little costly, I would say. But again, 143 means a lot of people will be above 5. That is how it shows. But Satya and Anu picking up those 3 and 2 wickets. When Glad started batting, I think it was a tough job for the Glad batsmen to, achieve those 144 with again a decent bowling attack of Pokris. So, but the Taifur and Javed both started really well, and I think they contributed about 40 odd run, no, 45 run partnership that has actually built up a good start for Glads, and that too it was a quicker 45 run partnership where they just got it within the 6 over or 7 over. After that, I think they have got a couple of quick wickets where Shan and Hardeep could not do much, but Anup and Udit, and then later Suyog coming up again, scoring those 37 run, 27 ball and 4 sixes, along with Udit 42 runs and the 2 sixes. I think those two people made sure that they're winning with as comfortable as it could be. So it was very comfortable victory. However, they could not get the bonus, but it is 148 while chasing 143. You winning with 5 wickets in hand. I would say it's quite comfortable victory for Glad. Over to you, Vijay bhai, if you want to add more detail to it.
Yeah, Gabaji, I would say that before I forget, going into the game, I was not sure with two new teams umpiring. I mean, I think one was Stingers was the umpire, and the other Satya was who was the umpire? I forgot. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm getting a call. Guess who is calling?
Who is calling?
Parthiv, can you see who's calling? Can you see this?
Is little down. Dakshana
Linga,
Murthy.
yeah,
Who's
Linga
I'm,
brother.
I'm getting a call. Did you see this? Lingappan is
You
calling.
should
Lingappan?
take-
Okay.
Where is Parthiv? Where is my
Parthiv
my
is
friend
not
Parthiv?
there.
He's not there.
No.
What am I supposed to do with this call? Am I supposed to pick this up?
Mute
I
and pick
mean,
it up, Vijay bhai.
Forward to Parthiv.
I think I know why he's calling. I think he's calling after the Rune episode last week. you know, but it says Lingappan is calling. I mean, it's unfortunate that our friend Parthu is not there, but I'm not picking up the call. It says missed call. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to say that they both the umpires did a fabulous job. I mean, I think I was very pleasantly surprised at the high level of quality of the umpiring. I do not know their names, but they did a fantastic job, and I know that I'll forget it later. So I wanted to give a shout out to the umpires from both teams. Oh man, this guy is not leaving me. What happened? All of you guys have lost.
I'm there. I don't see.
I don't see Gaba also.
Yeah.
Don't tell me Gaba and Parthiv is running away from Lingappan.
Their
The moment
committee, right? They have to run away then.
No, not at all.
this,
I think
this
I
is
would
the
say go ahead and please pick up his phone.
well, I didn't pick it up. Well, but all right. Hopefully, you won't disturb. I mean, I want to get through with this analysis here. But I wanted to give a shout out for the umpires. They did a fabulous job. Gababai 143 for 9 in 25 overs. You said it's par score. I don't think it's par score. It is an excellent score. I mean, there have been only 3 teams, according to Chanakya Lokam, who has anytime somebody scores more than 100, only 3 teams have successfully chased it down. That's exactly what he told us last week. Red Devils did it twice, and I think FCC Agni did it once, and then one other team. I forget the name of that team right now. But nevertheless, the thing is that what is that? 143 for 9 in 25 overs, Gabaji. That is an exceptional score by any stretch of the imagination. If you ask me, did Pokris do anything wrong? All right, this is the 4th consecutive time that they have lost to Glads. 2018 they lost, 2019 they lost, 2022 they lost, and all 3 of them were one-sided games. And this one was their best chance to win because, first of all, Glads did not have 11 players. It was a compromise 11. It was a calculated gamble that we took. We said going into the game that we are going to be short-handed, and I did not lie in one bit of that shot. For 21 overs, we fielded with 10 players. Ruchit left as soon as the fourth over was done. So we were fielding with 10. And on top of that, you had Hardeep and Udit, who couldn't run. So we had to hide them in the field. In fact, they were tapping the ball to Udit and running. And both of those guys couldn't go sideways. They could only go forward and backwards. And then you had Jawad, who couldn't throw. And it was certainly not our best 11 out there. But it was a gamble that we took. We felt that, you know what, if we lose the game, we lose the game. But we had a more important fish of trying to qualify players as the more overriding concern, even though I know that I can probably get Ruchit in one of the next two games and play him a fourth game. But I still did not want to take a chance in case it gets rained out and things like that. So first opportunity, we did. But did Pokris do anything wrong? The answer is no. So if I had to win the toss, put a check mark. They won the toss. Bat first, put a check mark. They got to do that. Put up a good score. Put another check mark next to it. All right. Don't get all out. Put another check mark next to it. 2 or 3 people need to play great innings. Put another check mark next to it. Then if you ask me, control Shan and Hardeep and make sure that they don't get out of control and that they get out cheap. Put another check mark next to it. Make Glads pay for playing with only 10 players. Put another check mark to it. If you ask me, these guys put absolutely, they checked all those boxes. I do not know what else they can do better than what they did on this game. If you ask me,
only 6 extras.
they bowled only 6 extras. You put another check mark. So in everything, they have actually done a fabulous job. There is nothing I can. If I were to find fault with them for losing this game, that's called nitpicking. Because honestly speaking, there is very little things which they could have done any better. All right. So 143 for 9. When I saw that score, I personally thought Glads are going to lose the game. All right. So if you had told me ahead of the thing, I would have predicted against Glads if you told me Pokris will put 143. Our goal was not to allow them to score more than 120 runs. We felt 100, 110, we can chase it down. But the moment the score goes over 120, it's very difficult. But give them credit. They found all the gaps. If you look at it, only 32 runs came in boundaries. 111 runs, Gabaji, 111 runs came in the form of singles and doubles. They made us run. By the end of the innings, we were totally tired. We were exhausted. So if you ask me, every one of those things checks out. But when you go to the Glads innings, you will find that 66 runs came in the form of boundaries. Hardeep did not score, did not even score a single run. He was the Pokris killer. In this game, he didn't click. Shan was the wicket they wanted. In fact, if you go and watch the game, you see them telling, man, you need to keep throwing to where Shan is reading to get him run out. Well, Shan got out to an excellent catch by, who is this? By Raghu Palaniaswamy. Fabulous catch. You go and take a look at it. It was a fantastic catch. I'm not sure if they could have fielded any better. I'm not sure if they could have batted any better or bowled. Bowled, forget it. Leave it. Bowling is a different issue. But batting and fielding, I thought they did an exceptional job. Everything which can go right for them went right. If you look at the Glads, we couldn't have fielded much more weaker team than that. You have 2 fielders compromised, fielding with 10 people. Not necessarily your best unit. There is no Arjun there. There is no Mansab there. There is so many of those guys are not there.
Yeah,
Jeet is not there. So many guys we could have easily plug into the 11 are not there. And then, if you look at it, this is where I think things changes. It was a fabulous rocket start by Taif and Jawad. They set up the platform. They took it to them, and they started very positive cricket. And sure, Shan did not score, but Anup was decent. But 14 in 27 is not going to win this game. But, he just stuck around there. But then Hardeep failed. And the moment Hardeep failed, I thought, okay, it's all done. In fact, if you look at the game, you will find that these guys are celebrating because they can smell victory. They are right at the cusp of victory. And then the guy who has hurt them so many times and the guy they probably overlook, that man is Udit. He plays a solid innings, but it is more than a runner ball. It is a fabulous innings. It is a well-controlled innings, close to chanceless. He's finding all the gaps. They have 11 fielders, and yet he manages to find the singles, doubles. They are trying their best to cut the singles, and they can't stop it. And then Suyog Gupta, I thought, played out of his mind. He played the best innings I have ever seen Suyog Gupta ever play in DCL. In any uniform, this was the best innings. And while they were trying to prevent Suyog from taking singles because they wanted Suyog on strike, they didn't want Udit on strike. So they were like, stop the single. But guess what? Why do you need singles when Suyog is hitting sixes out of the park? And that's exactly what happened. I thought it was a fabulous game. I think Udit got the Game Changer of the Week award for this thing. It might not have been unanimous, but nevertheless, the majority felt that in such a high-quality opponent, such a big chase, this is the biggest run total put in DCL this year, which has been successfully chased. No other team has scored 143, and they scored 143. And obviously, when you score 143, it's almost impossible to get the bonus point there. But I thought that Glads did everything right. I mean, I was so proud of them for winning it. Somewhere around 95, I remember texting and saying, guys, irrespective of whether you win or lose, I'm proud of you guys for the performance, because I didn't even think we'll get to 100. And I honestly feel that, this was a game which we pulled out, and Satya deserves praise and credit for marshalling his troops. But the entire team was really pumped up to play this game. In fact, Gabaji, you might think whether I might say something negative about the Pokeries team. The answer is, actually, I'll challenge you. I'll challenge anybody in the world. I'll introduce you to the WhatsApp group, and you will not find a single WhatsApp message in the entire Glads WhatsApp group critical of the Pokeries. I mean, we respect these guys. We think they are fabulous players. It's just that, you know what, we don't get so pumped up. And in fact, you'll see that they were very pumped up. They were celebrating like anything, which they usually don't do. But in this game, if you ask me, it was all played out into the field. The better team won that day. But at this point, I think that if you're the Pokeries, you are wondering what more can you do better. Everything that you can do as well, as good as possible, you have done it. And still Glads have come out on top. So it's a problem for them. They'll have to figure this out. But you know what, Parthiv? You saw that movie Titanic, right? I mean, all right. I have to rub it a little bit in. It can't be without a little bit of rubbing. Especially when you win the game, you got to rub something. So guess what? Yep. When you see the Titanic, just like the Titanic was, floating in the Atlantic Ocean, so too, in the DCL Ocean, there was a ship which was flying. And guess the name of that ship? The ship's name was Pokanik. All right? Pokeries with Anik becomes Pokanik. And this Pokanik ran into an iceberg. In fact, it ran into two icebergs. It first hit one iceberg, and then it ricocheted off that iceberg and hit another iceberg. The two icebergs it hit was Udit Parikh and Suyog Gupta. And boy, that Pokanik sunk. But Parthiv, let me ask you a question. You remember Leonardo DiCaprio and the girl, Kate Winslet, I believe, is the actress there, right? If I'm not mistaken. They do this, stretching this thing and standing at the tip of the
That's the iconic pose.
It's that iconic pose, right? Guess who are the two Pokeries who are doing that iconic pose on the Pokanik? Answer the question. Who are the two
I
pokeries
think
doing
it's
that?
if I have
I
to guess,
can't.
it's the two. I think it's the two skippers, like the standing skipper right now, Ranjit and Ravi Narna. I think if I have to guess, the two.
Okay, that's a pretty decent guess. That is a very logical explanation. Let me go to Gababai. Gababai, that answer is wrong.
Okay. At least I assume one is Ranjit for sure. That's what my understanding. Second one, I'm yet to guess because I was also thinking Ravi and
Come
Ranjit, but
on,
Ranjit looks one for me.
screwed up connection.
Hello? Why everybody?
I think he is stuck. He will give us the answer again.
Viju got stuck or it is issue because Parthiv is also breaking up for me.
Parthiv has some low internet something. He's not in laptop, I think. He's in mobile. That's what he said.
I lost power. I lost power.
Mobile.
Yeah, Viju also has the same problem.
Oh, power
I
off. I
lost
think.
power.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you, but it's so dark. So we can barely
Yes,
see you.
I lost power. I lost power. Okay, let me just Gababai, that question. Can you answer that question? Who are the two guys?
What I was saying, one is Ranjit, is what I'm expecting. The second one, even I was thinking Ravi, but
Yeah,
you said already.
but I already told you that he answered Ranjit and Ravi, and I said no.
Both
I
are
mean, they
wrong.
are very good. Both are wrong. So tell me, who are the two guys? Who are the two
Then
guys doing the post?
Neil and Arun probably because they performed and the
Neil,
team still could not win.
no. Neil and Arun, they were trying to keep the water out of getting into the Pokanik. All right, that's what Neil and Arun was doing. They were trying to keep the water out of the Pokanik from the Pokanik from sinking. You see, I'll tell you who the two guys are. One is our very good friend Vignesh, and the other is Raghu Palaniswamy. Now you'll ask me why. Because those two guys picked pokeries to win and they were leading the charts. Remember last week I told
Yeah,
you,
okay, got it.
if they get it wrong, Vignesh is going to sink. Right? And along with the Pokanik sink, my good friend Vignesh, who actually is a very good cricket player, long back I happened to meet his dad and I told his dad how good a cricket player Vignesh was. But I truly believe that. But the thing is, I can't help myself from rubbing it into Vignesh a little bit because my good friend Hariharan Dhanasekaran is sitting in Tokyo and he was so elated. He says, when is Ravi Narala coming to Chennai? I want Ravi Narala to come to Chennai. So we are waiting for Ravi Narala to come to Chennai so that we can go for dinner and then we can rub it into Ravi Narala a bit. But yes, the two guys are Raghu Palaniswamy and Vignesh because they were leading the charts. And here was an opportunity to lead the standings. And you know, the happiest guy is probably Imtiaz. I hope Imtiaz did not change his pick after hearing whatever I had to say last week. You get my point? So you shouldn't always pay attention to everything which I say. But if Imtiaz kept his faith in Glads, then he's leading the standings. Simple as that.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So next is also interesting game. Your friend again coming up. Viju.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah. Again, I think this was the cracker of the game, I would say. I mean, even
This is opposite of that game.
yes, it was the lowest total, and still GLCC was able to defend. So 38, I think GLCC would have not expected, while they started bad first after winning the toss, they thought of, putting a good total against Dynamite. But again, they failed to do it. I think other than Sudeep, there was no one who was in the double digit. And on the same note, there was some exceptional bowling by Dynamite team. They're just giving two extras and all those 17, 18 overs. And Kushan and Karthik picking up those three wickets, supported by Suresh 2 wickets. So I have not seen much of bowling from Karthik, but good to see him bowling that 3 overs, just 2 runs and 3 wickets. I think fabulous stat there. So when I was already playing on our game that particular Saturday. But when we were following the score and when we went to field, we actually keep on checking. We thought Dynamite will easily win this game. If you ask me, Vijay, okay, when 38 was on board, I thought Dynamite will easily get this game. But slowly they were keep on falling the wicket, and we were actually keep on, even though we were on the ground, but everybody was asking the 12th person who was sitting outside. They keep on asking him the score. So that kind of intense game it was. But it was very unfortunate for Dynamite to lose that low scoring game. But I think they might have some lesson learned over this particular game, because ideally, if you ask me, they should have won this game, Vijay. I just do not want to take much of time. I would just pass it to you. I know you wanted to talk about this game desperately from the last week. So go ahead.
Actually, I want to, but I'm out of power, so that's really impacting what I can see. I wrote a bunch of notes down, and I'm not unable to see with my own notes. But I thought it was a bowling clinic. Just 3 wides, Gababai. I mean, in the entire game,
Overall, yes.
we're talking about 1 wide from GLCC, 2 wides from
Dynamite.
Dynamite. That was the difference in the game. The difference was 1 run, right? I
Yes.
mean, that was the difference in the game. I mean, I do not know. I mean, if you ask me, Dynamite's really needs the Dynamite skipper has to take blame for this one, because this was a winnable game, right? I mean, you already said this at 37 for 10, 38 for 10. Any skipper is licking his chops, saying that's it. I'll chase it down in no way. And if things are not going in your favor, I think Vijay Shanmugam has to talk to his team. But when you are not able to get it done, I think it is world across is giving you criticism. I've got so many texts on my cell phone here where people have been very critical of Vijay, and but Vijay himself said that he deserves the blame, and I think he deserves the blame too. But
another important point, sorry Vijay, another important point that I forgot. Out of those 37 runs, only one person scored 17 runs, even though they lost.
Yes,
Arun
and
Arun scored 17 runs.
The entire team scored only 19 runs, other than Arun.
Right.
I mean, because two of them, 1 run was wide. So basically, you're looking at 19 runs from the remaining 10 people together. You see, so I mean, I think they need to really wonder what really happened, because I think Dynamite's flunked the test. This was the test which they wanted to prove to the world. Because remember, a long time back, I told you that beating GLCC is not like eating ice cream. And they had an opportunity to show to everybody that beating GLCC is like eating ice cream. But credit GLCC, because I think it was a fabulous piece of captaincy by the GLCC skipper, whoever is leading. I mean, I don't know if I know Akash is the skipper on paper, but it could have been Akash leading. It could have been Samish stepping in and giving a lot of directions. But whatever it is, the GLCC leadership needs to hold their head high, because defending 38 is not easy. I don't care who the team is. I mean, I don't think Glatz can defend 38. So I think GLCC defending 38 deserves all the credit. And I think on the counter side, this was an opportunity for Dynamites to make some real noise. When we get to the rankings, I will talk about the rankings issue here. But right now, I think we should move on. But again, I think this game was a little jinxed, 18.5 overs GLCC batted. When Dynamites batted, they batted 18.4 overs. The difference was 1 ball. The game's difference was also 1 run. 1 run difference, 1 ball difference. I mean, I found it pretty bizarre.
That 1 wide made the difference, I think.
But I think after this game, probably both the team might be having a lot of learning. I would say, even though GLCC won this game, but I think they must be, retrospecting couple of things on their own side, because 38 was not expected from the GLCC side as well.
I agree. But remember, Dynamite's bowling is good. So against a good bowling attack, this is a problem. Kababai, I'll let you continue, because you need to continue on, because I don't have power, so it's very difficult on my end.
The next game is SSK versus Cover Drive with another one-side affair where SSK scored 115 run. As we were keep on talking in this show, above 100 run anytime is very tough to chase. And Cover Drive did not had any firepower to get that score, but at the same time they were just got all out in 21 run. So it was very good win for SSK. Couple of notable performance from the SSK side where Kalyan, their all-time performer, is scoring 21 run, and Bala is scoring those 12 run, and Venkat coming late in the order and scoring 27 run. And with the help of 16, they've got those 115 run. Sivakumar, I think Sivakumar picked up the 4 wicket, but I think it wasn't enough, to stop SSK getting 100 plus score. When Cover Drive started batting, I think they have again. We were talking about something like this. They had 7 zeros, Vijay bhai.
My goodness.
Yeah, one was not out. No, it's actually 8 zeros they have. Only
Okay.
three people can score run. One is four, another is two, and one guy is nine. So rare to see such kind of score where 8 zeros are there. One being not out, but still 8 zeros on the scoreboard. I
You
think
know
it
what,
wasn't the.
Gaba?
Mhm.
You know what, Gaba? I was rating Cover Drive above Royal Hunkers. Mainly, I think I did not know both teams, but I thought, okay, I played Cover Drive, and then Cover Drive is in a tough pool, so I gave them the credit. But after seeing last week's performance, I changed my ranking on Cover Drive from 38 to 39, and I made Hunkers 38. And I'm, in fact, if tomorrow, if Cover Drive played Royal Hunkars, I'll pick Royal Hunkars to win, because I think the performance of Cover Drive leaves much to be desired, right? I mean, sometimes we have to face the truth. Might as well tell the truth for what it is. At least we are a truthful person then.
Okay. One thing actually, if you brought up a good point again, along with the Royal Hunkar and the Cover Drive. I met both the captains and couple of their teammates before the season start, and both the teams were pumped up to start with the season. I know they both did not had a good season for themselves, but I would still assume or expect that they should continue playing the cricket and support each other so that they can come up with the next year with the thinking or with an expectation that they can do better next year when the division system roll in. So I think still I would, even if they are listening our show or they follow our show, I would say they should hold their horses and come up next year little stronger than what they are doing this year. I think this year, as we are talking about 38, 39 teams, and they were keep on shuffling here and there. But I would still say I have seen the energy from both the side, and if they can keep it up for the next year, I think it will be betterment for their team and then for the league as well.
Okay. So we'll
Okay,
wish
I
them
think
good luck.
yeah, sure. I think that's it from this particular game. We can move on to the next one.
Yeah, the Lions versus Hitman.
Yeah, this was our showcase game of the week. Uh, I thought of having this game little bit more closer than what it was, but nevertheless, when Lions scored 80 runs again, 80 runs. If you ask me, it wasn't at par, and Hitman, the kind of batting that Hitman was doing in the recent game, I thought it is doable or chaseable for them. Means I thought Hitman might get that 80 runs. It was some decent performance from the Lions camp where Ronak Patel scoring 10 and Dilip scoring 16. But again, the captain himself was, I'm not sure why Malik is pushing him so lower in the order, but not able to get that run, cause them those low scoring. Even if you see right, Vishal Patel again came on their rescue, scoring those 12 run. Otherwise, they would have been around 70 or less than that, and it would have been even tougher for them to defend that score. Some some good performance on the bowling side where Kabir is picking up those 4 wicket and Aditya is picking up those 3 wicket, giving 15 and 11 runs respectively. When Hitman started batting, I think they did not had that kind of start that they wanted. Their first 3 wickets were like 3, 2, 4, and it wasn't uh, I would say a great start. But still, when they've got Arun and Chetan scoring those 19 and 10 runs, they actually came back on the game where they were about 35 odd run they got scored with the 3-4 runs. So they were already halfway mark, but the lower middle order actually could not support, and they got all those 5-6 wicket with very less runs. And some of the good performance there, Ronak picking up those 4 wickets, and Tarun is picking up those 3 wickets. Actually, they got them uh, game for the Lions in this particular game. And this was, if you ask me, that this was very important game for both the teams. Now Gujarat Lions look so comfortable, getting into the playoff. But before this particular game, it was very tough for them, even getting those top 5. And based on whatever we see at this point, it looks like very tough for Hitman to get into the top 5 at this point. So it was, if you ask me, this was one of the most important game last week, which was decider for the playoff. Viju bhai, any comment on this one?
No, Gababhai, I'll just say that, I expected a better performance from both teams. I did not see that. I am very disappointed with both teams with the kind of production which they put. That's just me as a opposing skipper, or if a opposing team person, I can say that one team. I don't think Gujarat Lions should be happy with this performance. It is below par performance. But what saved them was the fact that Hitman said, if you can go low, we can go lower. I mean, uh, we had Hitman on the show last week, and I asked them this question, guys. You guys are this is not the first year. First year you missed the playoffs. Second year you just missed the playoffs. Now this is the third or fourth year. You got to start learning from your this things. What are you doing to go and change things? And somehow the answer was, well, we don't want to put too much pressure on players and tell them what other players are capable and all those things. Yeah, maybe, but you know what, I'll never repeat the same mistake twice. I mean, that's just a philosophy of life I have. So even going into a pokeries game or going into any game, I have some clear cut goals, and there are things where we say that we will not repeat the same mistake twice in a row. So
Mhm.
if I were their skipper, I think I would have changed a few things. And most importantly, they didn't even have their best players for this game. Probably they were not available, but I do not know. When you start missing playoffs, you have to ask yourself, what else can you do better? And how can you do those things better, right? I mean, if you don't do that, you are never learning from your mistakes. But it's
Mhm.
okay. Let's move on.
Sure. Satya, you wanna cover this game? Royal Unkar and the next game. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. So you have to be Yogesh Bhai to get all the Bangladeshi players to play. So okay. So the next is Royal Hunkars versus Canton Hurricane. So the Canton Hurricane had a decent total 119, which they could have scored more with Royal Hunkars. That's what I thinking. I don't know why Adarsh Nair coming all the way down. I know the captains, but I don't want others to play all the way down. Amit is down. I think they were trying to do some changes with their batting order to see how who fits where. I but there was a good performance with Javid Bhai who's coming up, and Najid. Yeah, he's a good hitter, but I first time I'm seeing him less than the strike rate. And Hari Pallava, he's a good player. Again, he has to come up the order. Amit has to come up the order. But Royal Hunkars, it's only the Dhanraj having 3 wickets, and Krishna Archalam having 3 wickets, which did not help them. Where Canada Hurricanes were 119, which is a tough task to ask for Royal Hunkers, who did not win any game in this season. But still, they managed to score 72. I think this is their highest total in this whole season. So where Krishna and Gopinath could able to get past that double digit, which is a big thing, and they could able to score 72 with extras 13. We did not expect Canton Hurricanes to give 13 extras at this point, where they are leading the charts, and it was good for Anand, who took 4 wickets, and Sadat, Bahir, they were like 7 wickets there. So, Canton Hurricanes having a decent team, but this bowling I did not expect with 13 extras and relieving Royal Hunkers for 72 runs. So, Viju, you have anything to add with these guys?
No, I think Anant Raman Yoga had a fantastic day with the ball.
Mhm.
So let's give him credit for that. But again, I think this might be a question where you play down to the level of your opponent. I mean, I think if it was a tougher opponent, they probably tighten their bowling. And you might see Anant bowling 5 overs. You might see Ramsey bowling 5 overs. And you'll see their top bowlers bowling 5 overs. But when you know that you're going to win this game and you go into the game and you know that you're going to get the bonus, this
Yeah.
is a right opportunity to give some of these other guys a chance to bat and bowl and things like that. I chalk it down to that more than anything else. I mean, whether you restrict Royal Hunkars to 42 or 72, they still got the bonus. So I think
Yeah.
that's good enough, is what I feel.
So the next game, Fighters versus Troy Hawks. So yeah, there is another 140 from Fighters after the Friday's game. Saturday they played again. So Gaba, you want to cover this or you?
Sure. So
Yeah.
I think it was another important game in terms of ranking and sealing their position for the playoff. Fighter and Troy Hawks, which were actually match to match on the point before this game, but Fighter actually they sealed their playoff position. I would say they look more comfortable at least. Uh, Troy, when I think Fighter came very prepared for this game, considering the value of this or importance of this particular game, and then scoring those 145 runs. Once again, Mahesh Babu again. I think he's in an extraordinary form, scoring those 42 runs. We just spoke on the very first game, which was the rain out, where he scored 20 odd runs, and again in this particular game, scoring those 42 runs with the very quicker run. That is 28 ball, 42 run, two sixes, 1 4 was amazing. And then they have a couple of more notable performance like from the Sainath and Suhesh and then Ali. Overall, if you see a lot of good runs in the top order itself that has contributed those 145 runs. And when, as I mentioned in the Pogris and Glad's game, whenever you have such kind of a score, it is not at all easy for go ahead and chase down those kind of a score. And Troy Hawks got all out in 81 run. However, they did not had a great start. They got those 80 runs only because down in the order, Rakesh and Suma they were managed to get some partnership with 24 and 14 run individual score. Last week we spoke. I think last week I know when you guys were talking, we talked about Suma. I'm not sure what is that strategy when the guy who's batting so good, batting so lower in the order. Either Troy Hawks already thought that they might not be able to win this game, or I'm not sure what was the thought. But yeah, well, 80 odd run where again Mahesh Babu with the ball also 3 wickets and being a man of the match. I think Mahesh Babu is performing for the team and taking, as a captain, leading from all the front. So I
Yeah, I
think good
agree. I
win
mean,
for fighters.
I agree. I think MBB is probably the most valuable player for his particular team, his team of all the captains. If you look at it, I think MBB has been outperforming from a captaincy point of view in terms of production. But
That's true.
one-sided game, so I'll just move on. I think we have so much to cover, especially with the crystal ball. We probably should hurry it up a little bit, Gaba.
Hmm. Sure. Another game is also another one-side affair. Detroit Bulls and Sterling Striker. Detroit Bulls was before this game. I think Detroit Bulls with the worthy opponent they did not score enough. But considering Sterling Striker past record, they have got 180 run on the board. Where again they had a fabulous start where their top order itself has scoring those Nikhil scoring 39, Gaurav scoring 48 and missing with the 50 with just 2 runs, and Onkar scoring those 24 runs. So that 140 130 run in 5 wicket was, I would say, great batting performance from the Detroit Bulls just before the playoff. So they will get that confidence on their batting as because they were continuously bowling really good. We talked about their bowling throughout the season, But this particular game, they batted really well as well, 130. Again, whenever I see Sterling striker with that kind of performance, I feel sad for the very good team. When the even if you go back to see Vijay, the poll that we posted in our primetime community, Sterling
Mhm.
striker has got good amount of votes where they can play. If you remember that pool wise we were posting,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Sterling striker has got good amount of vote from all across the community, I would say. So I think the more we see a Sterling striker scorecard, more the pain we see on the Sterling striker. And we are following Sterling striker from long. They were quite a good team, but this year was, I would say, sorry to use that word, but the pathetic show from them, and they should be very disappointed with their own performance at this point. So 35 all out, hardly anyone getting into other than Ahmad. Nobody was on double mark. I think Ahmad and Omar, they tried to start the inning well, but I think after their wicket there was no one who was able to get. And last five wicket, if you see right, all are zeros. So they could not like they were what 5 for 35 and 10 for 35. So something like this again, seeing something like this is also very rare when you're chasing 130. It wasn't a low scoring game, right? So 5 for 35 and then all out for 35. So
Sterling strikers might have
overall,
lost their.
everybody, I think they have Detroit Bulls have used a lot of bowler. Generally, they don't use it, but considering they have got very comfortable position, they have used a lot of their new bowlers where they bowled and actually they picked up some wickets as well. So good win overall, good win for Detroit Bulls and some hard time going through going for the Sterling striker.
Yes,
Vijay.
Gababai, if I'm not mistaken, Sterling strikers might have difficulty finding 11 players for the next couple of games. You get my point? I mean, because once you start losing others, what happens is a lot of players don't even want to show up to complete the season out. So I won't be surprised if they are even short of players. So it might be a tough ask, but I think. Sterling strikers, I think, pretty much have played themselves out of the playoffs.
Yeah, true that. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Satya, you wanna cover this?
Yeah, it's
I thought you were saying in between.
Darkus is showing some promising scores at least with United Raptors scoring 88, 85 is Raptors have to think about their bowling. So they had pretty much most of them. I think only who is that guy? One guy is missing, but most of them have bowled. So Pankaj, as usual, is scoring 33. Is not getting any support except Abjit, but he keeps shuffling around his team. I see all new players every time. Like one time it's a good team, it's totally a different players. Like, but still they manage to score like 85 for eight. Then they play 25 overs. That's a good sign. 85 is a decent score, but with Raptors team, but you should be little more than around 100, I would say. So here, Kaushik Chapri didn't play. They were expecting him again, but that's fine. Then Ganesh and Pradeep, they really started playing around there, where they were like 2 overs, 2 wickets for six, and then Pradeep really played well, where 50 they hit, and that from there it is like only 30 runs required, so they could able to complete. So in bowling, Mukan, hold on. I'm not able to spell his name too. Okay, he's the only guy who could able to take 3 wickets. I don't know how many players Dark Horses have, but within 25 they have all new names every time. So I would say to have a couple of standard players so that Dark Horses could be better next season again. So
Yeah, in this particular, even though Dark Horse is a loss, but I think that 85 run on the board, I think I know Pankaj only scored 33 run out of those 85, but still I think it was some good performance by Dark Horse, that 85 run. I think we can move on to the next one.
yeah,
Striker versus Cheetahs, right?
yeah.
Another one side affair. I think we all expected and we voted for a striker. So A striker, I think they also were having very tough time this year, but Dinesh was their young blood who scored those 50 run with the help of just one boundary. So that looks like they have a lot of running that he has done along with Sarvesh. Or other than that, I don't see anyone partnership. I think he played all along with small partnership with people coming in, getting out or going out. So with the help of those 13 extras, they were able to get that 110 run, and I think again 100 plus run anytime. It is good score. But Cheetahs, when they started batting, I think they did not had a enough support or partnership other than one guy. Not nobody was Vamsi other than Vamsi. Nobody was on a double digit, and I see again 3-4 zeros there. And that is where they ended up, and Triyesh picked up the 4 wicket. Uh, so yeah, it was. I would say this was more of striker, not but a Dinesh show where he scored those 50 run and managed those 110. Team managed to get that 110 run. So it was very comfortable victory for a striker at this point. Did we lose Viju as well? Anything you want to add, Satya?
No, I'm good with them. That's kind of a one-sided. But strikers going into that last 16th position, they're trying their best. But yeah, but they might end up like 17, I think, right? Like I don't know, by 1 point here or there.
Yeah. We lost
Yeah,
Viju bhai, or
I think he dropped. He might have be joining. He might have got the electricity back. He might be joining in a while, I think. So yeah, it's Titans versus Spartans.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is another game for Detroit Titans where the top order is completely collapsing. Where we were like 5 wicket for 10 or 11 run, but good that Prasad and Rupesh they had wonderful partnership there with about 35, 37 and partnership, and it was Rupesh was keep on playing and then scored those 43. I think it was a fabulous knock from him this particular season. I was actually rate this particular performance very high because he was very under pressure, scoring, and Spartan bowling was actually decent. I would say I did not expect them to bowl that well, but yeah, they were bowling well. I think they had some issue with their batting department. If they can fix that, so when we have got 97 when we got on the board, I think that time I felt that it is comfortable score to defend. And when we started bowling, we got those couple of we got 4-5 wickets very quickly, and then later on they could not get hold, their wicket. Other than Ravi, I think don't know, nobody was on a double digit. So we it was a
So they
comfortable
were
victory.
8 for 22, and you left them from there.
Sorry.
8 for 22, and you left them to 58 from there. Like last 2 wickets.
Yeah, 8 for 22, and actually they managed to play all 25 overs also. If you see, right, we
Oh
could not
yeah,
beat
they
them.
finished all the overs. So
Yeah, initially we took it little lightly, but when I would say when we desperately wanted to get their wicket right, we
Mhm.
actually could not. The Prasad, right?
Mhm.
He was playing with that bat. It was very tough. He was just blocking everything, and then anything
Oh
going on the leg, or angling the ball. So he actually people were wanted him to play the 50 ball. He played 49 balls. If you see, right. So his
yeah,
teammates wanted him to play 50 ball. It was on a lighter note. But yeah, it was very tough to get Prasad out for at least for we could not get him out. He was playing with that bat. Only problem was that they had no intent to win the game. You know,
yeah. I
when
can
they are
see.
halfway through, I think after 5-6 over only, they had no intent to win the game. They just wanted to play down the over. I don't know what was the thought, but they had
I
no
think
intent
they
to win the
lost in the 10th over itself. They just want to maximum play it out, kind of like
yeah,
so. Yeah.
yeah.
If they
That
would
was
have
a
been
pretty
like 40-45 for 6 or 5, yeah, they could have tried on the 10th over. So
yeah. That's true.
yeah, the
Yeah, that
next
was a
is
pretty much from.
Devils Thunders. Oh, it's we all wrong on our predictions.
Yes, I think this was all 5-0 we predicted in no, 4-1.
Yeah,
Viju bhai
the way
predicted
they win
Red Devils
last
to win.
game with KRCC, we expect more from Thunders, but it was other way around. But yeah,
That's true. But even if you see, right, Manoj picking up those 7 wicket, but
yeah,
still they could not stop, the Red Devils to score those 100 runs. And
Mhm.
whenever there is a competitive game, right, like this one, Red Devils was also very good team and the Indus as well. Whenever you have 3 digit on the board, right, and
Yeah.
chasing down those runs will always be difficult.
Mhm.
You need to have a very good partnership at the start, middle, and toward the end as well. So it
Mhm.
is always tough to get those 100 runs. But I think some of the good performance by Rajat and Sai giving them a very good start. And in between, captain himself is scoring those 19 run along with the Chanakya with 16 run. I think these couple of batsmen made sure that they got those 100 runs on the board.
Mhm.
And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Manoj picking up those 7 wicket, but I think still other bowler did not support him well. He bowled 5 overs, picking up 7 wicket in 9 run and the two maiden. But uh, some of those bowlers were little expensive. Like Rahul was like 3 over 21 runs with six. Vijay Verma 7.5, right? So those were little costlier side, which actually got them 100 run. So I think those are the thing. I think probably they should fix in this, going into the bigger game where other bowlers are not licking when one bowler was top notch. I think it was one of the best performance this year. If I'm not wrong, nobody picked the 7 wicket, right?
No, I think
It
that.
was 6 wicket was the last, right? Algu has
Yeah.
picked the 6 wicket, and couple of more people might have picked it, but 7 wicket is this particular year. It was one of those performance, and still the team is not able to win.
And with
Moreover,
a good opponent, picking seven is really good. So,
yeah, when they started, Indus started batting again. Indus had Praveen playing this game and scoring those 30 runs, but I think nobody has supported him enough, and wickets will keep on falling. If you see again, couple of 4-5 zeros I could see on in the batting side, and that is where they lost this particular game, where the batting did not support. Praveen started really good with those 30 run, but no support from anyone. And the Devraj Patel, I think, is again a young boy that I've met. He like maybe his 20s or early 20s, maybe. He picked up the 3 wicket with the 3 maiden and 7 run. I think one of the good performance I would say from the young boy. Anything you want to add, Vijay bhai?
Uh,
By the way, so,
remember,
Rahul was very happy that you picked him, and he was saying that he got you a point.
yes, he did get me a point. In fact, I think Red Devils played a fantastic game. Gababai, I do not know if you remember, last week I did say I gave the formula to beat Indus also. And I remember telling when you guys were all picking Indus, I was pumping Red Devils up like anything, right? And I remember I said that the key to beating Indus is getting rid of Chetan Dushyant early and quickly. And
Yeah,
um, and I remember Parthiv distinctly saying that Indus is a lot more than Chetan Dushyant. Yes, they are a lot more than Chetan Dushyant. But listen to this. Have you heard of the Trojan horse?
yeah,
You have heard of the Trojan
yes,
horse?
yeah,
yes.
You know the story behind the Trojan horse? Do you know the story behind the Trojan
yeah,
horse?
Hmm.
If you know the story behind the Trojan horse,
yeah.
well, let me refresh that Trojan horse. You
Hmm.
know, the story is basically Paris, who was the prince of Troy, uh, ends up going and taking Menelaus' wife and abducts her and takes her away. And so the Greeks attack Troy, all right? And they send a vast army of ships and naval commanders. They land up at Troy. And the idea was they thought that they can bulldoze and finish off Troy. But they had to get past the wall. Troy was well defended. They had a very secure moat and a wall. And no matter what the Greeks did, they could not find any gap in the wall. And so what happened is for 10 years, they fought. 10 years, they couldn't find a single gap in the wall. They could not find a way in. And so finally, what they do is they retreat from Troy and they all get into their ships. They leave behind the big horse, a big wooden horse, and inside the wooden horse are hiding a number of expert Greek warriors. After all the ships disappear, the people from Troy come out. They see this big horse and they take it inside. In the night, these Greek warriors come out and open the gates, and the entire Greek army comes in and they slaughter Troy. You get my point? My point is, why did I bring up that story? You want to beat Indus, you need to make a breach in the wall. And that breach has to be made quickly. I don't care who you are. Even if Glads are playing, that's exactly what I would be telling Satya is, we need to get rid of Chetan Dushyant as quickly as possible. Because when he stays there, only good things happen to Indus. When he gets out, only bad things happen to them. And that's exactly what happened in this game. He was out in the very first over. And from there, no matter how much Banguera tried, now remember, Banguera is a very attacking player. So his 32 and 7 wickets from Manoj Singh, anybody will say that Indus would have won that game, hands down, pants down. But you saw that against a good opponent and against a determined opponent. And mind you, Gababai, this is playoff Indus. Every person who is of worth is playing this game. This is their playoff team, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, maybe they can probably bring in one more player to change this, but I don't even know who they are going to drop to bring that one player. So this is their best 11 or close to their best 11. Whereas when you look at Red Devils, they didn't have Gagan Singh. If you had told me no Gagan Singh, I don't think I'll have the guts to pick Red Devils. I'm thinking Red Devils, there's Gagan Singh plus Chanakya plus Golden Boy, and that they're going to get the job done. But I think the Red Devils team should take a lot of confidence from this, that even without Gagan, they beat a loaded Indus team. I mean, it's as good as it gets. I mean, and again, I think that 5 overs, 3 maiden, 7 runs, 3 wickets, that caught my eye. I mean, as great as Manoj Singh was, and remember, that's the best. He actually tied the DCL record. The DCL record is 7 wickets. And Manoj Singh took 7 wickets. So he goes into the DCL history books as one of the 2 or 3 people who have taken 7 wickets in an innings. Nobody has, Deepak Giriyappa has taken 7 wickets. Now Manoj Singh has taken 7 wickets. I don't know who else has taken 7 wickets. You know, that's crazy good. But even with all that, you still can't even claim. I mean, I know that Red Devils were generous and gave him the Man of the Match award. I do not know who picked the Man of the Match award, but I always feel that the Man of the Match award should go to the winning team. Because if you can't help your team win, any Man of the Match award is really not worth it. That's why we did not give Game Changer of the Week to Manoj Singh. Normally, he would have got it for his 7-wicket haul, but Indus did not win the game. So if I were picking, this was on Glads, and if Satya picked 7 wickets, and if we didn't win the game, I wouldn't even give Man of the Match to Satya. No way. Because as far as I'm concerned, we lost the game. You played to win the game. And if you don't win the game, you don't get any awards. I'm very old school in that. So, but yeah, it's a fabulous outing by Manoj. But I don't think the rest of the Indus players really supported him out, other than Banguera helping him out. So call it for what it is. It is a fantastic win for Red Devils. I think it's an ugly loss for Indus. But I think everybody now knows how to beat Indus, which is break through that wall. Chetan Dushyant, we need to get rid of him. If he stays there, he's too good a player and he'll make you pay.
True.
A quick 5 games.
Yes, we can do that. The next game is again MCC Miles versus KRCC. Even though MCC Miles is very improved team, but we all predicted KRCC to win this game, and I think they made it one-side affair. I would say 75 run. They're chasing down 74 run in 18 over. Sorry. So when MCC Mile won the toss and they elected to bat first, they Brahma scoring those 15 run and then Abhilash scoring those 11 run. After that, they have got again a lot of middle order collapsed, and here again came Rahul Chenna to rescue their team with scoring those 24 run. But after he got out again, they got collapsed. I think this is the story for MCC Miles. Couple of the games that we have seen, even important games, right? Where I remember one of the game, I forgot who was the opponent. It was a very good opponent where they were like 20 run, 5 wickets, and Rahul Chinna came and scored fabulous. Who was the opponent? Sorry, I forgot. You guys remember, Vijay?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was one of the good game I remember. But anyway, it was the same story for MCC Mines where Rahul Chinna has to come lower middle order and do the job where their middle order and the lower middle order is failing at one point. So when they had 74 run on board and KRCC has the firepower of Hemant, he's in a very good form. Good to see Aliabad scoring those 10 run. He's not having that ideal season this time, and Syed Mustaba also scoring those 12 runs. The first three players only they have got about 50 odd runs with the help of some extra. I think there only the game got over, but still they were able to manage couple of quick wickets in the middle order where Tamim, Jiban, and Jasmeet got out quickly, and they tried to bounce back in the game, but I think they did not had enough run. And Ryan Ahmed came down in the order with the help of Raja. They chased down that 74 with the help of losing 7 wickets and 3 wickets remaining. One thing that I'm noticing, Viju Bhai, Oni is Oni is little costly from the last few games here, based on his standard. Not, I would say, very costly, but he is quite economical bowler. But I'm noticing this in couple of games there. Even in this game, 5 over 23 runs. Right, it is based on the standard bowling that he does. It is over expensive, and I think couple of more games that I have noticed on a similar economy that he is bowling. So I'm not sure what's wrong with going on with Oni, but uh, we are expecting more fabulous bowling. I would say from him. Any
Actually,
comment on?
yeah, I mean, I felt Gababai that when I saw him, I don't know, I saw him bowling in one of the games. It was Gujarat Lions versus Oni and Company or something like that. I saw that game. I'm not sure which game it is, but one of the games I saw. I didn't feel that Oni looked all that deadly. I'm being honest with you. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, he's still a good bowler, but what I'm saying is, before he used to be lights out, I just didn't feel the lights out experience. I do not know if he has any injury or he's just not putting in that much effort or what it is. But somehow I felt that, he didn't have the same, I don't know, the burning intensity, which is generally what I have observed with him. And that's probably gives a lot of other teams a lot of reason to have hope that they can negotiate him.
Yep. That is something I noticed, so I thought of highlighting. So any other comment on this game, Vijay?
No, no, I think we are running out of time. We have gone way too much, Gababai. We have to speed
Yeah,
it up even further.
sure. Another game, local boys versus MCC, sorry, FCC Agni, where local boys got those 98 run and FCC was able to manage only 76 run. It was just going on the ground that we were playing. I think it was on Northville only, NCP ground only, and they were having a lot of noises there. There was some notable performance from the local boys where they have their opener Srinivas itself scoring 40 runs and Raja coming down order 12 run and Senthil scoring those 19 run. With the help of those 13 extras and fabulous performance by Srinivas, they managed to get 98 run, and it was a very good total to start with. When FCC Agni started batting again, they had a good start where Sakil, their opener, 22 run, he scored, and then Rishabh Kapoor coming in the middle order scoring 25 run. I thought when they were both were doing the partnership, they look FCC Agni looked comfortable to get that run, but after that partnership got broke, I think nobody managed or supported the team enough. I think all were 0-1-1-3-2, like a phone number we talked about, right? So lower order, they did not support to chase down those 98 runs. Some of the bowling performance from local boys are Surya picking up those 3 wickets and Senthil picking up those 2 wickets. Srinivas again picking up the 3 wicket, scoring 40 runs and then picking up the 3 wicket. Is truly a man of the match for this game. And it was some good performance came from the local boys, but I looks like it is little late for this season. Overall, it's a good win for local boys. Anything, Vijubhai? Satya, you want to add?
No, just I feel that some of the games are inconsequential and we just need to move on. Otherwise, we can't cover it, Gababai. That
Yeah.
whatever
I'm just
you have
trying
put in,
to.
all the effort which you have put in is going to go for waste if we are just
Yeah,
taking too
sure.
much time on this game. Yep.
Okay. The next one is again one side affair where Rising Star versus Hawks. Rising Star is scoring those 67 run. I think it was again a low score against a team like Hawks, and Hawks managed to get those 68 run with the 15 over itself, where Rising Star had some good start where their top order Gopal and Bhavin and Dhawan, they had a good partnership and all three were on the double digit, and Sukun also coming up and scoring those 10 run. But after their wicket, lower middle order and middle order again collapsed and they got all out in 67. At one point, they were looking very comfortable with even 3 wicket, 48 run, and after that, last 7 wicket got out in another 20 odd run only. A good performance. Naresh, I think Vijubai talks about Naresh a lot, and he looks like completely fit at this point and picking up the 5 wicket, just giving 14 run. So this is one of the good performance for the week, I would say from the bowling end. And when Hawks started batting, they had in the chase of 67 run, they had a fabulous start where all the three batsmen on the top order scoring those double digit run 14, 13, 19 run. And I think there only the game, I think it was very comfortable for the Hawks. But again, middle order and lower middle order made some comeback for the Rising Star, where Rising Star wanted to get this game, but I think they did not had enough total on the board. So with the help of those 9 extras and some notable performance in the top order, Hawks won this game comfortably with the bonus point.
Yeah, what I heard through the grapevine, Gababai, is that
Mhm.
Rising Stars were complaining about the umpiring. They felt that the umpiring was really substandard, that anything touching the leg was being given out LBW. True or false, I do not know. I didn't watch the game, but
That was
that's what I
FCC
heard.
Agni, Viju, not Rising.
FCC Agni it was.
Rising Stars, can you please pick up how many LBWs there were?
They have four, but they are okay with it.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
you
Rising Star might have done something,
no,
but
no.
Agni has officially sent a message to the captains group where they were
Okay.
very disappointed with the. Generally, Ramesh doesn't make uh, uh,
Yeah,
non-reasonable messages, but I think he was very disappointed with the way the umpiring has been done for that local
Who,
boys
are- who,
versus.
who, who are the umpires?
We have to go and check that.
1 and 2.
Okay. Okay, all right. I mean, but even in this game, I was told that now maybe the Rising Stars did not make an official complaint, but what I'm saying is, I said I heard it through the grapevine that
Mhm.
they were questioning the umpire's credibility and the ability to umpire a game impartially. You get my point? Uh, Again, I'm not sure who the umpires were. All I know is Glads versus Pokeries, the umpires were fabulous, even though they were unknown quantities. They came and did a fabulous job of umpiring the game. But in this particular game, I was told through the grapevine that the Rising Stars were very unhappy with the umpiring. Uh,
There
yes
is
or
no
no, I do not know. But
LBW.
uh,
There is no LBW in Agni game. I don't know. Well, it's only the first one. So
okay. Well, we are talking about Rising Stars, Satya. You're
yeah,
confusing the. No, in
sorry.
Rising Stars, there are four LBW decisions, right?
Yep,
So
yep,
I
yep.
only know what I heard, right?
Hmm.
I'm passing on what I heard. I'm saying you guys are saying that there is no LBW, nothing wrong. I don't think that's fair. I mean, if a team is saying that
I
they
would say, see, Naresh Arkat is straight bowler. If he's getting LB, I would take it on the day. So he bowls straight to wicket. So
Satya, when you get four LBW decisions, I would like to hear that. I don't think
it
we should
depends on the bowler,
discount.
Viju. You can't give for spinner or somebody who bowls straight.
It's very tough to judge without any recording or anything, Vijay. I think
Yeah.
what Satya is saying. But
No, but he's justifying the call and saying that the umpire's decision was right. How do you know that the umpire's decision?
that
I
I
only
think
said
that
that.
statement is also wrong because I have not watched that game at all, so
Yeah,
I could not comment on it.
I'm just saying that the team is unhappy. I'm passing on this thing, and you guys are justifying the team. That's not right. You guys were
No, I'm
not
not.
there. You guys were not there. When you get four LBW decisions, you will not be happy. I can assure you that.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true
care
too.
whether it is Gaba. I don't care if it is Satya. The day Glads gets four LBW decisions, I want to see Satya's face. It will not be. It will not be a very happy face. Who is going to be
True.
happy? That's
True.
that's exactly what it is. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure if it was right or wrong. I just said that's what I heard. Whether that is right or wrong, I do not know.
Now, if you're talking about the umpiring, one thing LBW is still, I would say, little bit controversial where it was out or not out. But many a times have seen umpires are coming with no clue about the DCL rule as well. That hurts me more, Vijay. Other than this LBW, Nick, these are the things that is still, judgment error. But people coming for umpiring, not knowing enough rules of the DCL hurts me the more.
All right, let's go on, guys. I mean, we are move on.
Okay. The next game is
Yeah.
Dharia and SLCC Guardian. Again, this is the one side affair where Dharia scored 72 run. I would say it was a decent total, but SLCC Guardian made sure that it looks very low total. 73 run they just managed to get in 13 over with the just help of 3 wickets down. So they managed to win this particular game with the 7 wickets in hand. So very good performance by SLCC Guardian. Let's see uh, from SLCC. Pradeep scored those 41 run. I think standalone warrior. He scored more than half of the run and managed those game win for the team. I think we can
Mhm.
quickly skip on this game if no other comment on this one.
Yes. It's those three rained out games. So,
Yep. Let's
yes.
quickly get a browse through this one as well. Stars playing against Cheetahs. This is back-to-back 2 games where Cheetahs got more than 100 run against Striker 110 run, and this one is even beyond 156 run. Where Stars all those top batsmen have scored good amount of run for the team. Hemant is scoring 38, Jishan is scoring 50, and then Ravi Teja is scoring 28 run, and some Mahesh is scoring those 14 run. So with the help of the 3 or 4 big scores, they got 156 run. And in terms of when they started chasing, 156 was never an easy. But Cheetahs managed to get those 86 run. I think there are some good performance like Vijay. Good to see Vijay scoring runs. Vijay is scoring those 26 run, and Ganesh is scoring 13 run. They had some partnership, but I think it wasn't enough for chasing down 156 run. So quite comfortable victory for the Star going into the playoff. I think they will be very happy with the kind of batting performance they did in this particular game.
Agni Motor City. So
You wanna take this one, Satya? I will
yeah.
another tough
So
game.
yeah, I think this is the game he was complaining about. There are a couple of LBWs, but nevertheless, like Agni made 50 for 10, and Motor City chasing the 50, but uh, there were like Raghu, as we know, he's a good batsman. He stays around the wicket, and Satish, I really don't know, but those two contributed runs, but there were again like 5 4 5 zeros, which doesn't support the Agni team. They need more than that. In bowling, Dinesh taking the 3 wickets. Navneetam and Sujay, they're contributing to the wickets. Mm, the batting end, Dinesh, as usual, is like he scored 20 runs in the top, where there is only chasing 50 runs. They should have been comfortable, but yeah, Ramesh tried to use most of their bowlers, but they were not getting some breakthroughs, and they were getting wickets, but it's all like 20-run par. Then they could able to score 50 easily, and it was okay win with 13 overs. It's a good win for Motor City, so that next season they can come head with this win with against Agni. And the last game is Troy Ox versus Royal Uncas. It's one-sided again. So so Troy Ox batting first and scoring that 134 runs. Really, a Royal Uncas doesn't have anything. So to reply, like most of them scoring double digits, it's really good for Troy Ox in the season. So, but there were only like 2 wickets from Dhanraj, and if you see the Royal Hunkers batting, it's as usual like a single digits, most of them, but except Krishna and Gopinath, they were able trying their best to get the score up, but it was 58, and Venuvardhan is coming back strong, so he's a good bowler. He's picking up 3 wickets. It's really good to see with one maiden, and Rai Lunkas made only like 58 for 10. So that's the last game, and what you guys want to do? You want to go to the predictions, or
Uh,
you want?
uh, let's do the rankings and then let's go to the predictions and then
Okay,
we'll leave Gaba to do his thing last.
okay. So let's
So
do the rankings. Okay, just a minute. I'm sharing the. Okay. So we have the game changer of the week with Udit Glads. Yeah, it's from Akshay Patra. So we tried to get Bota, but they were busy, both Bota and Anju. Most probably they will be in playoffs sometime. So Udit Parikh has $25 gift coupon from Akshay Patra. So he'll be claiming it. And this is the staying. But I think I didn't add the last 3 games, which is rained out, but I added for the analyst, but I didn't add for Imti, Raghu, and Santosh. So that's they were a little less, but it's a clear winner 1, 2, and 3. So I don't have to put 4. So I removed Vignesh. Vignesh is fourth still. It's with 146. So
okay. Yeah, Vignesh made too many calculated gambles last week.
yeah, but
Whereas his buddy Raghu didn't take that many gambles. He only took the gamble on the Glad's Pokeries game.
yeah. But till now, I did not see entry from Santosh. If you don't enter, obviously Vignesh coming third now. Like, so whereas Santosh, if you are there, enter the prediction for this week. So
He still has one more day, right?
yeah, he has.
Okay.
Even Saturday
Well,
morning he can do it. But
somebody on Hitman who's hearing, please remind Santosh not to miss his predictions, I guess.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. So we go through the predictions.
Yeah. Let's go through the
What I was
predictions
saying,
quick.
moreover, one of our friend KK who changed his prediction in the last minute cost him couple of the points. Right now he's behind 2-3 points. He was very close.
Yeah, KK 151 is 3, and like yeah, that's good. So so this week prediction. So most of these analysts they picked the same teams. Not most. Everybody picked the same team. So there is no change with everybody. The standing going to be the same. But but Santosh didn't do. But Imti and Raghu picked the same team. So I don't know Santosh what he's going to do. So that's one thing.
Did
And
we change the we picked the same thing or we have some changes?
most of the things I am trying to go trying to get some scores going off record. You guys don't change. I will change.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the first game KRCC Panthers. Everybody is on KRCC. So there is no change on this. They cannot change. The next game
So
is
you're saying that all three of them predicted exactly the same?
yes
Wow.
for the
Okay.
all games.
For all games, wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So Gujarat Lions versus Motor City. I think
All
everybody
right.
is on Lions. Yes. So most of the games are like this. And Dynamites Marvels. It's all Dynamites.
So we are trusting Vijay despite the collapse last week.
We have to.
Okay. All right.
A 1 hour day. That's fine. He has to come back strong. MI Rangers Miles. This is one of the important games. Everybody is going on Miles. Yes, everybody is on Miles.
Very important game. This
Yeah,
will
very
decide the
important for
16th
Miles.
position.
This decides lot of things. If Jitu is hearing, please get your troops. If Sanjay is hearing, you also get your troops.
MI Ranger has nothing to lose here.
Yeah. So next Legends Hitman. Everybody is on Legends. And yes, FCC, GLCC. So most of them are GLCC. It's except me. I am picking FCC. That's one calculated. I hope GLCC does the same mistake again and FCC wins this time.
Wow.
Usually they don't, but I
Again,
think
if
hope.
your prediction goes true, a lot of things will change.
Not much, I think, but
No, no, not
yeah.
for this one, but overall ranking. If FCC managed to win
Oh yeah.
against
If FCC
GLCC,
managed to win, there's going to
yeah,
be a lot of
MCC Mile will be in a little bit trouble on his 16th position.
yeah. So Canton Hurricane, Troy Ox. I think most of them on Canton Hurricanes. So
Canton Hurricane has to get at least a point in this game. If otherwise, they might also get out of the ranking
oh,
for top five. They at least need a bonus point.
okay. So Hawks versus Thunderbolts. I think everybody is on Hawks again. So and FCC Agni Stars. It's all stars. Hope they have a good umpire this time. If not, Hari will be mad. Detroit Titans and Stingers. I think everybody is on Titans. So yeah, everybody is on Titans.
By the way, Gabaji, did you know that last week your team was named Dark Titans?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right.
I watched the
Somehow,
show later on.
okay, Dark Titans has somehow become Detroit Titans again now.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, I
where
changed.
that is where my first five batsmen are in dark while playing, including
Thunders for all. Diarrhea, Sterling Strikers. Still, they have hopes for Sterling Strikers. Everybody picks Sterling Strikers. So,
This is what reputation does, Gababai.
yeah.
This is
No, but
purely on reputation.
true. I think the area is playing good actually. If you see right, they managed to score 70 to 90 run almost all the games. If they
Yeah.
can do it against Sterling Striker, the way they are batting, I think it will be tough for Sterling Striker.
so it's all strikers for cover drives. Leave the stake and SSK Gladiators. It's except Viju.
I'm on Glads. I
He
switched.
also
I switched to Glads.
But
okay.
what was the thought behind picking up the SSK? It was just for fun, or you actually thought about it?
No, we are having again same issues getting 11 players and things like that. As of right now, we still don't have 11 players, but It was more like we might be playing with 7 players, but looks like we are going to have at least, I don't know, 8 or 9 players at least. So we'll see. But I think if we can beat Pokeries with 10 plus 10.1 players or whatever it is, I think we can take care of
I know you have
SSK.
Satya, you have Jeet, you have Hardeep. Aren't they enough to beat SSK?
Yeah, well, let's hope so.
So Raptors, Detroit Bulls is the SGOW. So there is 15 votes for Raptors from outside and 3 for Detroit Bulls. So everybody is on Raptors. I go for Bulls.
Nice. So finally we got a little bit of a divergence, but
Yeah.
but you're saying that overall 15 people voted for Raptors. Okay.
Yeah, including these 3 gentlemen. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep. So yeah, Hitesh joined.
I think Vatsal also joined. I saw them.
Oh, is it? I don't see him, but yeah.
Yeah, he did join. I think I saw his name in between.
Okay.
So should we go and talk about the pool ranking, Vijay?
no, you finish. Let's finish them off, and then we can ask them the questions, and then you that way you are having unlimited time, right? I mean, in the sense, it's up to you to finish it up. Then you follow what I'm saying, Gaba?
Yeah, basically you wanted their interview first, right, for this game.
Yeah. Let's finish their interview, since otherwise they'll have to wait till you're done also,
Sure.
right? Yeah. So let's finish their interview since they're already here.
I see Hitesh.
Hi,
I
Gabaji.
see Vatsal also. Hi.
Good afternoon.
Where is
Hey,
the?
how are
Good
you?
evening.
He's joining
there.
now.
Yeah. Okay. He's joining now. Okay.
Hello,
Good.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes. So you are on mute.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So good to see you guys back. I know Hitesh is the first time on our show. So welcome, Hitesh, and
Thank you,
Vatsal.
Gabaji.
It has been the
Welcome,
I think the
Hitesh, and
second
welcome,
occasion.
welcome, Vatsal.
Thank you, Vijay sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we have been hearing for just now. We heard about your, but like
Your voice is low or breaking, Vatsal. Can you fix the
Yeah,
audio?
I couldn't
yeah.
hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better, much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So I think we can start, Vijay bhai. If you want me to go ahead, I can start with maybe a couple of questions, and then you can take it up. So let me.
Okay.
I know because Vatsal has been here, so I will start with Hitesh. So hey Hitesh, good to see you on
Hi,
the show.
Gabaji. Good to see you in the show.
Yeah.
Off the field.
So yeah, off the field, true that. So first question to you as a player, not as a representation of the Raptor. No, like I know you have been playing with FCC last year, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So, why this change to the Raptor, and how did it happen?
Good question. So I was part of the FCC last time. So I played around 3 or 4 games in the league stages, and then we moved to the playoffs. And FCC was really good. The team gel, bonding, everything was really good, and really commendable leader, Mr. Nishant. So it was really nice, and we played. Play pre-quarters against Indus, and then we won the game, and then we moved to the quarters, and we won the game, and we lost in the semifinals. So it was a very good team effort from the team. So it was great. So and then this year I plan to move to the United Raptors, thinking that I just want to play with a different mindset of the people, and need to learn more, and adapt to the situations. So that was the only reason. Otherwise I didn't have any more reasons to play for the other teams. FCC is still good. They're still continuing to be part of our our pool. They're still my beloved friends. Yeah. So I didn't have many reasons to say. I know you were expecting few more reasons, but
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
Viju bhai is laughing for your answer.
I
Viju
know.
bhai, can you?
I know Vijay Bhai has this, why these guys are answering the same set of answers. I know that.
No, but don't you think that you as a player would have contributed more towards FCC than Raptor? I know it is obviously personal choice. Raptor is fantastic team, lot of very good fellow over there in the Raptor also. That thing being apart, okay. Don't you think that you would have been contributed more in FCC as a player?
Uh, as a player, yes, I would think sometimes, uh, because I knew that FCC is definitely a good team. We had a good rapport in the team, and then the gelling in the team was so good. The last time, the way we won the quarters, pre-quarters, and then we played the semi-finals, right? The gelling in the team was so good. I know, I really miss them, but yeah, we'll see how it goes for the next time. Yeah.
Why this? I know this question may be repetitive for even off ground and on ground as well, but why? Because FCC has lost a lot of people even after playing semi-final, which wasn't expected. A lot of great performance in the FCC last year, but even though after that great performance, a lot of people have jumped the ship, including yourself. That is where we had this question.
uh,
So another question,
yeah.
yeah, if you wanna again add anything.
No, Gabaji, I'm not sure about the other people, like for example, KK, Shashank, and then we had Prabhu also last year. It was a good team, and I'm not sure about the other people why they moved to the other teams. But yeah, I expressed my reasons. So I had
Yeah,
my own
yeah.
reasons, and then yeah.
Let me ask you.
I'm pretty sure FCC is gonna win the next few matches, and then they will be in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure, and then especially they are going to win against GLCC. I vote for that.
Which way you are mentioning something?
No, I was going to ask him a quick question because while I had Gaba's thought, if KK and Shashank and Prabhu and all these guys hadn't gone, would you have still been with FCC? Just a honest, straight up question. Because let me tell you, the crowd psyche is, oh, all these guys are going. I know this team is going nowhere, so I might as well also look for greener pastures. Not
I had
everybody does what Vatsal Lande does. Vatsal has done, right? Which is he has stuck with that team, and that Bulls team has remained pretty much the same. I mean, that's my question. That's where I'm coming from. Is
so
it did
answering.
that
No, no,
have something to do?
no. Listen. So actually, we had an winter tournament cricket team together with the KK, and I have been asking. I was been asking KK a lot more times. What is your plan for the next DCL? So he was saying he needs to keep rest, and then he's gonna decide after May last week something blah blah blah. He was saying. So I didn't know it
Yeah,
for sure. I didn't know which team he was going to play for. So he was
yeah.
keeping so secret, you know.
Yes,
He didn't even mention
that's where
anything.
I was That's where I was going with this.
So nothing, no reasons to match with KKs or Shashanks or Prabhus. For my reason,
Okay.
I had my own reason to go to play for other
Okay,
team.
but definitely KK contributed quite a bit for you switching teams. So Nishant needs to reintegrate
No,
KK to
no,
class because
no,
because KK is the guy who's creating problems here.
no, 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 no. No, no, no. He was
No,
not the
I mean,
influential guy.
but he was very secretive. Then right there is the problem. If you ask KK any question, I mean, it's like you don't get a straight answer.
No,
That's
if
kind
you
of
ask KK, no, let's say if you ask KK, what is your plan for the Colors Trophy? He's not going to disclose.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to disclose what are his plans.
So let me ask you this question: what is the difference, major difference, which you're seeing between the teams? Okay, leaving all the jokes aside, what's the big difference which you're seeing in the team chemistry, as well as the team outlook, as well as the culture in Raptors versus FCC?
Um, I would say in Raptors we don't practice for a week, and in FCC
Okay.
we practice, and FCC we practice for each week. That is the only difference I see.
Okay.
Yeah, jokes apart, yeah. So I don't see any much difference. Uh, so it's been good season so far for us in Raptors. Um, Actually, we started pretty well as a unit in the team for the DCL 2023, but due to the players availability, we lost around 3 matches in the middle. One to the GLCC, next to the Stingers. We didn't expect that to be a losing match for us, and then the Dynamites match we lost against them, right? So that was the match which got alerted for each and every player in the team, and then we were so depressed, and then we were so um, thinking about the loss, and then we had a team meeting, especially the Amar as a captain, Ashok as a captain, right? Amar as a captain, and Ashok as a in the leadership team, right? So we had a team talk together, and then we went through what all the things have gone wrong, especially the availability issues. I'm pretty sure this is the reason for multiple teams, right? Even GLCC was talking about that, right? So
Okay.
we yeah, so we are pretty much sorted with those kind of issues. I think it is going good at this point of time. Yeah.
So let me ask you the question: how do you see your role in the team? As a batsman, as a bowler, where do you fit in the team? You tell me that.
Uh, I joined as a team. I joined for the team as a middle order batsman. So I was part of
Okay.
the FCCA playing for the middle order for them as well.
Okay.
So even for the Raptors, they requested me to play in the middle order so that
Okay.
their middle order will be strengthened along with Pradeep Bota, Pradeep Konreddy, myself, Kiran, and we have few bunch of players, and they and we also require uh, the bowler, the fifth bowler or the fourth bowler, right? Because the
Yeah.
first few overs will be completed by Simon, Ajit, we have Mohit, and all those big star players, and then we need to cope up the fourth, fifth, and sixth bowling options. So that is where they requested me to fit in, and yep, so far it is going good.
You mentioned in your earlier comments that you wanted to learn more. Can you elaborate on that? What exactly do you mean by when you say you want to learn more? Because I would think that on FCC you would have more opportunities than on a team like Raptors, because Raptors has a lot of established stars. But on FCC you would be put into a lot of situations which will demand all kinds of things, probably on the batting end, the bowling end. You have to be a jack of all trades. You have to do anything and everything to get the team win. So wouldn't that have been a bigger learning experience than going on a team like Raptors, where Raptors, if their full unit is out there, they can compete with anybody and everybody, and they can probably blow people out of the park. I mean, even today you can see that Bulls have an outstanding record. They have one loss, and in our rankings, which we did not show, but they are I don't know, three or four or five or something like that. I mean, obviously, even the analysts feel that they have to be rewarded for their outstanding season. But still, you are seeing that when you are looking at the polls, 13 people or 14 people or 15 people voted for Raptors, and comparatively much lesser number of votes for Bulls. So explain that question which I asked you.
Okay,
How do
so
you say you learn more?
Yeah, sorry, Vijay bhai. So I didn't see the polls, so I just joined late. Sorry for that.
Okay, no
So
problem.
yeah, so when
We'll
comes
we'll show we'll show you the polls again. No problem.
okay, okay. So you asked for what are the learnings, right? Like especially the players like Amar, Botta, Kaushik, and Simonoj and Ajit. We have a lot more experienced and star players in the team. There are a lot to learn from them, especially during in the top order. How to go in the top order and they express themselves and be in any situation. How to be a calm person to express themselves in the middle order and stay for 25 overs, especially the key thing that I learned from the Raptors is like stay for 25 overs no matter what goes on, as simple as that. That is the um comment that passes from the captain. No matter what is going on, I need one or two guy from the middle order to stay for so long, like to stay for 25 overs, as simple as that. Don't give the wickets easily, and every wicket is very important. Every wicket is equally important. And yep, so there are a lot more skill sets to be learned from each and every experienced players, like I mentioned the names. And yep, it is a great journey so far. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you my final question. This is a little tricky question, all right? This is a little tough question also, okay? So this is there's no right or wrong answer or anything like that, but I expect you to give me your honest opinion. It
Vijay
wouldn't
bhai,
matter.
honestly
Yeah,
speaking, I didn't expect this many quiz questions.
all right. But anybody who comes on the show knows that we always ask all kinds of questions.
No,
But let me ask
otherwise
you this.
I would have come prepared for the meeting,
Yeah, he
right?
know the notes as
Right.
well. If you don't realize, you guys taking notes as well. What you write, what you saying,
Ah,
kind of
Yeah,
listen.
no, I actually prepare. I mean, I actually write questions down what I want to ask and things like that. So I always come to every interview with a prepared set of questions. I do not know what Gaba and Parthiv does, but at least I do that because I think I have to respect your time and I have to respect
sure.
your effort as well. So asking you a prepared question is better than just asking you a question on the fly. Let me ask you this: the best, everybody in Raptors, all 25 players are available. Will you be there in the playing 11?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely yes.
Thank. Okay.
That's the belief that the team has put in on me.
Okay. Follow up question to that. If you are not in the playing 11, right? I mean, that's also a possibility, right? Ultimately, it's the captain's call. Would that mean next year FCC can expect you back?
No, Detroit Titans can expect him.
Or Detroit Titans or Glads or Detroit Bulls.
Yeah, for sure. You are welcome. Man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there won't be if question, so that I can answer the else question. I hope you
Okay.
got the answer.
Okay. All right. I think more than me, it's the Raptors boss who got the answer for that question. You got it, my point?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he got the point. The Raptors boss will know what he has to do. All right, let's switch to Vatsal, but I'll leave it to Gaba to ask the questions.
Yeah, I think I'm good with Hitesh. Let me move to Vatsal, bro.
Okay,
All
Gabaji,
right.
thank you so much.
Hey, good.
I know
Everything.
we met in the middle of the season when actually our game has been picked up the
Yeah.
Pulkeshi game of the week, so I could not ask you the question that time because we both were recipient.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing that I want to congratulate you first of all, okay? The
Thanks.
kind of season that you guys had, it is amazing, okay? I think
And
nobody,
it's from everybody. Like everybody. Like thanks for every one of you as well. We do watch this show, so everybody knows exactly what is being said on this show and everything. So thanks a lot.
yeah. So I know
We
when you have
got a
got
call
the,
from
yeah,
no,
go
no,
ahead, go
carry
ahead.
on, carry on. No,
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 go
no,
ahead.
no,
Go
no.
ahead. Let's not stop your thoughts.
No, 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 no. No, 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 I didn't. I was just
Okay.
saying that I got a call from LinkedIn.
Mhm. Okay.
But you go
I
ahead.
know when you started this team as a captain and you yourself coming back to DCL for after a break and
Yeah.
leading a team which has left couple of very good players. Okay, how tough was the job, to assemble a team again and running the show fabulously? Can
Yeah.
you
So
just
So basically, I wouldn't say we lost many players. Yes, there were few players who left, of course, because of their priorities. But we always had our core team in place. Even if you see our current roster now, we have our core team. We have players who have been playing with Detroit Bulls for seasons now. The good thing about this year is like even the veteran players from Detroit Bulls, they are okay to basically sit down if there is a new player. So that's how I would answer it to say they I know my like core team is confident about themselves, but they're also confident about the decisions that I am taking. So they're okay with it as well. So our core team is still there. It's just that we have added few players who I have known, who Jenubai has known, Nikhil has known, or you can say who has been there but were not available for earlier seasons. So they have joined us as well this year.
okay? The next question probably I'll skip it to after this. This would be my last question. So I know you are now playoff bond team, and probably there is very high chances that you can top the table as well. Okay. Now going to the playoff, anything that you want to correct or improve from your team, so that the team can perform better on the playoff.
I guess we this question is 2 weeks before. Now we are correcting things which you might have also already seen as well, which you guys pointed for. I want to give you that credit as well. Like you guys pointed some things that we were also thinking about, but you kind of put it in front of everyone. Then we had to get some resolutions to it, which we are seeing now. So we are seeing, of course, one thing which everybody knew our middle order, but now if you see some scores for a couple of matches, it has been a good score from the middle order as well. Where there were situations where top order didn't work, but the middle order was the one who actually took it away from the game, or even you can say lower middle order has performed now. So yes, we are improving on that front. Of course, we are not there yet. We are working on it. The
Yeah, I
players are
think that.
confident. It's just that some of them have never played DCL. So when you play different cups in Michigan itself, the standard of DCL is completely different. So they had to take some games to understand how DCL works. It's not only about the game itself; it's about the strategy and everything. So they are catching up to it, which you can see from the recent results as well.
Mhm.
Like,
Okay. Yeah, over to you, Vijay. Well, thank you, Vatsal, and I wish you all the best for
yeah,
the
thank you.
next game and for the playoff as well.
Yeah, thank you, Satish bhai, for all of you supporting us all the way through. Thank you.
Gabaji, your questions were like non-masala questions, and Viju Bhai's questions were full masala
I
questions.
picked the right question.
That is Vijay Bhai's job, right? To put, I will just give him the platter where he
By
can put the masala.
Hitesh, my role in the on this show is as a color analyst. A color analyst is supposed to add color to the show. Otherwise, it becomes a very bland show. Now, you tell me, your our Amar and Pradeep Botta and all those guys have a restaurant which actually is sponsoring our show. You get my point? Is one of the sponsors of our show. Now,
Yes.
tell me, Hitesh Bhai, would you even though you are on their team, you will not go to their restaurant if they don't put any masala on their chicken? Tell me that. Am I telling a lie? No, right? I'm telling you the truth. No masala on their chicken. Nobody in their right mind will even go to this thing, even though you're a teammate. So at the end of the day, I have to make things interesting. So when I have to make things interesting, I mean, I obviously that is one of the roles of a host, is to make things interesting. Nobody wants to watch a boring show. That's the problem, you see. Okay, so last week I talked about Rune. All right, if you don't know what is Rune, you can go and watch the show last week. I talked about something called Rune. I basically took rum and wine, which was discussed in the captain's group, and I made a drink out of it. Now, believe it or not, that show is the highest watched show in the entire season. All because people love masala. That's the bottom line. They love masala. They will say it is masala, but every Tom, Dick, and Harry goes and consumes the masala left, right, and center. This is what the reality is. All right. So now let me ask Vatsal the question. Vatsal,
Yeah.
first of all, hats off.
Thank you.
Difference between last year to this year, captaincy. I mean, Tanuj is a very nice guy, but the difference between last year to this year is unbelievable. The record says it all. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the times the captains are blamed for anything and everything which goes wrong. I've been a skipper. Gaba has been a skipper. Satya is a skipper. Whenever things are going wrong, people will all jump up and down on the captain. But when things goes right, hardly anybody ever says a word. It's kind of like, hey, that's his job. It was expected. But I think the Bulls have benefited great deal from your captaincy, especially after losing a quality player who's a rock solid player like MBB. I'll be honest with you. I didn't even expect Bulls to make it into the playoffs. I really thought you have lost such a talented player. Where is it going to come from? But then, sometimes seeing is believing, and week after week after week, your bowling has really held up. I mean, it's been lights out bowling. You guys, I think on the last show or the week show, I told Gababai that his team, your team, Dynamites, all defensive minded teams, you put a target and you are almost always you are able to defend that target. Your bowling has been doing a fantastic job. And also it's more than just the bowling. It's also when you bring in the bowlers, the field which you set, all that credit goes to the captain. Even though others might think that they are getting the job done, knowing where to send a player, knowing where to, what buttons to press to get a player more excited and more willing to this thing. I don't think Nikhil Sunny has been performing as well as he has been performing this year. I mean, he's been performing great. And Gaurav has been performing, and Gino has always been a rock star on the Bulls team.
Yeah, he's your.
I've always. What's that again?
We started calling. We don't call him Gino anymore. We all call him James, like LeBron James now. We call him LeBron now.
Is it
we
okay?
want that. But yeah,
Okay.
to be honest, to add to that, basically, Nikhil bhai as well. Like most of these guys, like Gaurav, Nikhil, they were not, I guess, couple of seasons, even last year, you can say when Tanuj bhai was captain, Mahesh bhai was captain, their contribution towards the F40 or F20 was more. But this year they have committed more towards DCL as well. That's why you are seeing this change as well. So credits to them as well, to giving dedication to this year's DCL. And adding to that, I guess one thing, as you mentioned, yes, it's a captain's job. I agree. But one thing that you would see different, even Gava, I can say that when we were playing together, like against each other, it's all team collaboration. That's how we work. Basically, even if you come and watch our match, yes, I am the captain, but all the decisions we take it together. We know exactly who has more experience in what field. Like we have Gino Bhai, who has experience, Nikhil has experience, Gaurav Bhai has a good batting experience. We have Asanka, who joined recently, who has a very good batting experience. Omkar, who has been playing this, I guess, before me, who introduced me to the DCL. So there have been players, Tanuj Bhai, Banu Sir, Chalu, all the veteran players are there whenever I need them. To be honest, there have been players who I'm sitting down, like they're not playing, but they have been part of strategies and how to think about games. So it's been like a collaborative work. I would give that to everyone, not take it by myself.
I think you have Chellu, who has played more than 24 years.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can see his experience from the last game, right? Like he played one game, he took 3 wickets. It was almost a hat trick. That kind of experience you cannot get very easily. When you have those kind of players like Banu Sir, him, and then we have Tanuj Bhai as well, like it gives you a lot of I guess backing up as well, to say, okay, you're taking the decisions. If they think there is some kind of opinion that they have to add, they'll do it. And I don't know, many of you guys know, but my brother-in-law, who was the one who introduced me to Detroit Bulls, Sandeep Akre, he has been like with kind of a we always, whenever we go to the weekends and everything, we discuss about these things as well. So there is a discussion, there is opinions, and it's not like if I give somebody gives an opinion and I'm not taking it, nobody takes it other way. They always like, okay, it's for the betterment of the team, let's discuss it and let's take it. So it's a very good, I guess, gelling is the best part, which I love with Detroit Bulls now after Warriors, where I was playing before.
That brings me to the next question. The culture difference between Warriors, where you were a key player, and then I think in between you went off somewhere. I'm not sure where, because I didn't see you in DCL for some time, and then now you're back with the Bulls. So
Yes.
just tell us this thing, and also tell us where did you go, kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
so
Since I
basically,
do
I
not know.
went to Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, for 2 years. But good
Okay,
thing was that time I was playing with, I guess, FCC Agni, Ramesh Anna sir's like team. I
okay.
was playing there, and I always love cricket. So one of the reasons coming to Michigan was of course, my brother-in-law and sister. Like, then second was the cricket, because where I was living, there was cricket, but those kind of crickets like one day complete tournament. I don't like those kind of games. So one of the reasons was that as well. So going back to your question, which is Warriors against Detroit Bulls, to be honest, I don't see much of a difference. Yes, when I got introduced to Detroit Bulls, it was a little different because when I was playing with Warriors, I was introduced by Omkar to that team, and then Jassi by Mokul Monga by then everybody we used to like. It was a good banter, right? Like we used to, even after the matches we used to meet, and it was a very good culture. That's where I guess I started learning up more about DCL, how the game goes. Like that's where I started learning, and now at Detroit Bulls, I'm kind of all that learning from Warriors, or you can say Detroit Bulls 3-4 years. I'm just implementing what I've learned from not only from my teammates but from the different games as well. When I've seen playing Jassi Bhai to other team now. Gawa Bhai, I watch his games as well. I see gladiators, strikers as well. Couple of my friends play there. So that's basically just gather the data from everywhere, see how people play, what's the approach of different batsmen, and just go with it.
You have more confidence in your batting or in your bowling?
For now, I have confidence in bowling as well as batting. From last 3 matches, I can say now I am at a situation where I can shuffle things up and down, and it'll be fine.
Okay. Uh, Next question. I just hope that many of the new teams would listen to your interview, because you just laid down some of the key aspects which are required to build a successful team. Because a successful team doesn't happen overnight. There is a lot of hard work which goes in, and a lot of dedication which goes in. There has to be some key people driving it, but there's a lot of things which goes in. Just like a good meal requires a lot of ingredients to come together in the right proportions, kind of a thing.
Like,
So I want to give you credit for that, and I hope that many of these new skippers would listen to it, because uh, there is a reason why you guys are tops in your group, as well as in the rankings also, which we'll display in a little bit. But congrats on everything which you have done. I have only the highest respect for what you have managed to accomplish in Bulls. If somebody had told me before the season, probably not. We did a poll in that primetime community. You will find that the number of votes for Bulls may not be as much as it would be now. If we took the same poll now, the difference is you made believers out of people. And that one of the believers is me myself. I mean, I did not expect that. And but if somebody had told me this, I would have said, no way. But right now, I'm a believer. So congrats on a fabulous job which you have been doing. And I just wanted to wish you and Hitesh the very best in this game. I know that the talent levels are on both teams are good, and this is going to be a good defensive battle, is what I'm expecting. We'll see what happens. But you will need offense, because you are going to run into teams which will have offense. And
right.
there are teams out there. And this week will be a good example where that team does have good offense. So I want to
Yeah,
wish you all the best.
I completely agree
Go
with
ahead.
that as well. Yeah. And
Okay,
just I guess
right.
before I guess we go ahead. I also want to give, since it's live, everybody's gonna see. I want to give the credits to our wives as well, or like home. Everybody
Absolutely.
let them play to the practicing on the weekdays and weekend games. I guess I have hats off to them as well. They're having a good high patience, I guess.
No, I agree. I think many of you guys would not be playing but for your better halves supporting it and cheering you on. I mean, they always say behind every successful man there is a woman there, and so if your teams are doing well, I believe one of the main reasons is somebody else is lifting your burden back at home and allowing you to pursue your dreams.
Yeah, she's
So
sitting.
absolutely, we send all our appreciation and kudos to them as well, because a team is a collection of not just the players but also the support elements behind it. So congrats
Yeah.
on that.
Thanks for.
Hitesh, thank you for coming on the show. First
Thank
time
you.
I'm seeing you on the show, but Vatsal, fantastic job. Satya, oh, I think Satya
So
went
one point,
somewhere. No,
like,
maybe.
thanks for
Yeah,
taking
go ahead.
that point, Vatsal, about the wives, right? But in the and at the same time, Satya turned off his video when we talked about the wife. I am not sure what is the reason for that.
He just went to say thank you to his wife, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not more than a thank you.
He's back.
But
Got it, right, I guess.
all right. Having said that, Satya, can you show your rankings so that we can take a look at it? And also, Hitesh wanted to see what was the polls, for the number of votes which came in the community for Raptors and the number of votes which
So
came
I
in
think there were
for
18
Bulls.
people voted, 3 for Bulls and 15 for Raptor.
Okay. So you got the numbers, and then you want to show you the rankings, the overall rankings. I think both teams went up in this week's rankings, if I'm not mistaken.
Satya, you're
I can't,
talking on
I
mute.
can't hear. I can't hear you, Satya.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I got it. So 1 minute. I'm just sharing 1 minute.
And it is, by the way, if you don't know, you're playing next. After this, you're playing against us. So two teams, two captains are here.
Yeah, I
Yes,
guess
Back
we
to
okay,
back last
Babaji,
weekend.
we'll see you.
also
We'll see you
We'll
on the
see you.
ground. We'll see you there.
oh, he's gonna play with the Raptors after this, I guess.
Just zoom that, Satya.
Yeah, Satya, if you can zoom a little bit more, please.
Satya, can you zoom that a little more? I think you're only zooming just the one cell as opposed to the entire this thing. All right, there you go.
This is better.
Yeah, so Bulls have gone up from number 8 to number 7. So that's the latest ranking. So you've gone up one. And I think, where is it? Raptors have gone up from 13 to 11. Obviously, if Raptors beat Bulls, then definitely Raptors will further climb. But this is the latest set of rankings, uh, which is a consensus of 5 of us voting on it.
I'm
And
glad the new king, Viju Bhai.
Glads is the new king for 1 week. Yes,
Indus
but
was the last.
that is thanks to Indus losing that game. You see,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. But otherwise, Indus was the undisputed number 1 last week, and this week it has just changed. But that's kind of what it is. And what is that? Guardians were the highest movers, I guess. 4 points up. My good friend from Dynamites has dropped 2 spots.
Miles also
Right.
losing 4 points.
Yes, but let me ask you this about Miles. Miles is they were ranked number 4 at one point some few weeks ago.
True that. I think
Since
4 or 5
then,
weeks when we started, they were very high ranked.
yeah, they were ranked number 4 if I'm not mistaken, and since
Yes,
then
yes.
they they have been on a steady fall, right? So Sanjay better do something to stop it, because this week was another 4 point fall kind of a thing.
Yeah,
But
already
having said,
some of the people who predicted the ranking, they have already not given chance for MCC Miles even in the top 16. So something to worry about for MCC Miles.
that is true. But anyway, I wanted to wish both of you guys the absolute best in the showcase game of the week. Congrats on getting the status, and I hope both of you have a wonderful game. All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you
Bye
guys.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All the best, Vatsal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Satyabhai. Thanks, Vijay. Thanks, Satyabhai.
Yep. Bye bye.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay.
So Gaba bhai, we are at 7:45. I mean, that's your time is what, 10:15?
10:50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we despite our best efforts to speed up things, we still have gone way over. But all right, I'll let you drive from here, because
Let's see.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
we can drive maybe another 5, 10 minutes maybe. Satya, can you
you
wanna take that
yeah
also?
you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to you want to show your
Yeah,
body
Satya
of
can
work,
share
right?
and we can talk about it.
Okay, all right.
It's
Meanwhile, we
Gabas.
can brief what we are showing. Basically, what we have done for the remaining games, we voted from other within our analyst. We had predicted games for the future, and then based on that aspect, we came up with what would be the best probable top 16 team, and what are the permutation and combination where others team can make it, or like we will talk about it. So maybe we can go to the last sheet, DCL ranking. Yep, this one. So actually I captured everything here. We can tweak if you want to the curriculum, but if you see, we have predicted Glads as a rank one team with probable of 54 point. They have a possibility of getting the max 55 point. This is being considered basically Glad it's at this point is sitting with 45 point with the 10 match, and they have a game against SSK and Legends. So based on the prediction that we have, we all analysts predicted Glass to win Legend and SSK. Only thing is that we are unsure about the Glads getting a bonus point against the Legend. So there they have got another 9 points in another two games, which makes them sitting on 54 points. And currently they have an RR of 2.01, and nobody is close to the 54 point at this point. It looks like so they look like they will end up with the rank one with the 54 points or max 55 points. Anything you want to add, Vijay, there?
Actually, no. I mean, I'm good with that. I mean, it's a question of this thing. I think it's a. I mean, I do not know what will happen with the Legends game, but I think the SSK game probably. You're right on that. The Legends game depends upon who's playing, but even if we were to lose that, probably anytime we are tied with anybody, we probably end up taking that spot away, right?
Yeah.
Because of the NRR. I mean,
Yeah, because of
again,
losing the legend game, if at all Glad loses, they might switch to the third or fourth rank.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. And the legend game is on the weekdays, so I think both the teams might have the full availability.
Probably.
Yep. Next one, based on the ranking again, based on the prediction that we have across the analysts, Detroit Titans sitting on 40 points at this point with the 9 matches, and they have 3 games with one being with the Strangers and Marvel and a Raptor. So majority of the people expected or predicted 2 wins with the bonus point, and with the Raptor, basically calling it out for the Raptor for the prediction, and giving bonus or not bonus. So irrespective of that, Detroit Titans will be sitting on 50 or 51 point with the NRR of 1.26. Even though Detroit Titans won't get a bonus point against the Raptor and manage to get the 10 point, still they will contain the second position, because Detroit Bulls. We'll talk about the Detroit Bulls now. But Detroit Bulls also, based on what we have predicted, they will be on the 50, and head-to-head comes into the picture before the NRR. So Detroit Titans will take that second position. Any thought on that, Vijay?
Not really. I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, Gabo.
Mhm.
The only
Moving
question is
on
the
to
Raptor game. That's the only question. Again,
right.
none of us have the perfect this thing. Again, you have to go with what the majority prediction is. That's
That's true.
exactly what you have did. You have taken the majority prediction and tried to do that, which is slightly different from what Chanakya did, right? Chanakya has his own individual prediction.
Right.
What you have done is you have taken a collaboration of predictions and said, okay, this is what the general consensus is. So if the general consensus is right, then this is probably what is going to happen.
That's right. So let's move on to the next ranking. We are giving rank 3 to Detroit Bulls. Currently, Detroit Bulls has played 11 games and they are sitting on 49 points. Their only game left with the Raptor. That is our showcase game of the week for this particular week. We just talked about it. So again, majority of us we gave the game, as you see, right, 4-1, where Satya only predicted Bulls, and we are expecting this to be a close game. So bonus we haven't given it to the Raptor, but considering that bonus Detroit, it will be a close game, but Raptor winning it, Detroit Bulls will be sitting on 50 point, and as I explained, even though Detroit Titans get 50 point, Detroit Bulls will get the third rank. Any comment there, Vijay bhai or
No, I
Satya?
mean, I think you're good.
Next game, next particular team rank 4 is GLCC. These, if you see, right, second, third, fourth, all all these three teams coming from the pool C. Uh, but anyway, that is another topic that we can discuss. But GLCC getting the fourth rank based on the prediction for this particular week game. FCC, they are only one game left and they are sitting on 45 points. And majority of us predicted GLCC to win with the bonus point for this particular game, and a lot of people are still giving chances to FCC, and I think it's still doable, but I'm going with the majority think that the GLCC will win this game with the bonus point, which will get them 50 point. And because GLCC again lost against the Detroit Bulls, and they have less NRR as well, 0.85, so they will get the position fourth rank.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that, Vijay bhai?
If there is a
No,
change, then GLCC will fall a lot, right?
Yeah, if they are
yes.
not, they may fall all the way in eighth or ninth position,
Yeah.
somewhere there.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one, the rank fifth, which is Indus. Indus is currently played 9 games and they are sitting on 34 points. They have 3 games. Comparatively, I would say easier game: Hunkas, MI Rangers, and Thunderbolts. And we are expecting them to get all 15 points and based on the prediction that we have across the board in our prime time analyst, and that will make them uh, overall 49 point, and that is the max then they can get, and they may retain the fifth spot. We'll talk
I
about
think
the
I
star as well. Hmm?
yeah, the 49 points for Indus is the probably the safest bet of all these things because
Yes.
the three game, even though they have 3 games left, I mean all of them are very easier, much easier games compared to what the other teams have.
Same goes with the stars as well. Just wanted to cover that they are 39.10 games and they have to play FCC, Agni, and Motor City. And based on the prediction, they may get the 10 points and they will be sitting on 49. So now, if
Yeah,
you see, right, the NRR also very
very
margin is
close.
very thin, 1.22 and 1.15. So
Yeah,
this position can switch. I just gave the
yes,
fifth and sixth position based on the current NRR, because again it is very, because we are already giving bonus point to all the bonus point to both the teams. So it's tough to say who will cover zero point zero 0.07. If Star has chances to cover that 1.07, or Indus can get a even bigger margin. It can go other way. So this fifth and sixth position can switch, but at this point, with the better NRR, gave it to Indus Thunder. Vijubai thought.
No, I think it's spot on. I think those two teams have a very easy path to get to 49 points.
Mhm. Our next ranking, the seventh rank, which we gave it to SLCC Legends. Currently, they are 9 matches with the 36 point. They have to play uh, Glads and Hitman and SSK. So based on again the prediction that we have, we gave it game against Glads to the Glads, and against Hitman and SK they will win. So overall, we gave it 10 points from here in those 3 games. Uh, Probably winning either one, 2 bonus points and winning 2 games. Again, they may get additional points there probably, but it won't make a much a difference there. So because the next point rank fifth and 16th are 3 points ahead. So only a Legends ranking will change when if they can beat Glads. Any thought
Yeah.
there?
No, I mean that I think the Legends ranking is up in the air. I mean, anything I can see anything happen. I mean they could beat Glads, they could lose to Glads, and even the Hitman game. I do not know what. I mean, you have to assume that Hitman will bring the kitchen sink for that game and bring anybody and everybody they can lay their hands on, because their playoff lives are on the line. Uh, so I think those two games are pretty fraught with uncertainty, right? I mean, that's what I feel,
That's true too.
compared to playing against SSK.
But again, as we were talking about, right, we have gone through the majority prediction that we are doing. So
Yes,
based on
yeah,
majority prediction, Legends look favorite against the Hitman. So
yeah,
we went with that assumption.
yeah.
Next is the rank 8, which is goes to the Red Devils. They played 11 games with the 42 points. They have a game against Fighter. Again, it's gonna be a very good game. But again, based on the prediction that we have across the board, we gave it to Red Devils. But without bonus, again, we are expecting this to be a close game. So they will get another 4 point, which will make them 46 with NRR of 1.25. That is where Legends on the 7th rank and Red Devils on the 8th rank. Any thought there?
Gaba,
Again, this is gonna be
Gaba
good
by
game.
my only thought on this is that middle set. It's going to be, what is that, 8 versus 9, right? And
Hmm.
7 versus 10, and 6 versus 11, and things like that. Those are all tough games. You get my point, to have in the right in round one. You get my point.
Hmm.
You
That's true.
Round one is going to be a cracker, and you're going to see all these teams are bunched up in the middle, and some of them are going to get knocked out right in round one, whether you like
Hmm.
it or not. That's probably what it is what is going to happen. And so it's not like I can throw away any game or anything like that, because you're stuck right in the middle, and there are a whole bunch of these things. Because if you really look at it, there might be, um, there might be, I can see Stars and Legends and Red Devils and all those guys saying, "Hey, I don't want to play that team. I wanted to actually play maybe a slightly higher ranked team."
But I think that is where you cannot predict, because a lot of things will be decided by other things also. So I think people will go out and play and try to win the game is what the best they can do. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ask me.
that's the best you can do.
The next one is the rank 9, which is Raptor. They currently have 10 matches they played with the 36 points, and they have game. Uh, Again, we talked about it. Showcase game of the week against Bull this week, and the next week they will be playing Detroit Titans. At this point, majority of analysts predicted Raptor to win both the games, win without bonus probably. So that is where they are getting 8 additional points from the current position and making the total tally to 44. They can get max up to 46 points. So that is where they get rank 9. Again, what I'm thinking, if any one of this team can win against Raptor, Raptor position will also go little down. They will be jumping from 9th position to directly they will go somewhere from 12 or 13. So they will
Yeah,
push 3-4 positions.
yeah, I agree.
Okay, the next one is 10th or rank 10, which is Pokris. Pokris currently played 11
How
games.
about if they lose both the games?
They can still, it will be again very tough. GLCC and FCC is very crucial game there.
Mhm.
So again, if they will lose both the games without a bonus, their playoff position will also be in a danger, and it will be
Yeah.
again depend upon couple of more games.
Yeah.
The next one is Pogris, the rank 10. They are yet to play one game, which is against Cheetahs. So again, we are based on the prediction that we have, we are expecting them to get that with the 5 points. That will get their tally to 44 because their NRR is lesser than the Raptor. That's where they are low rank to the Raptor with the 1.19 NRR. So rank 10. Anything you want to add, Vijay, there?
No, I think Pokris will get to 44.
Same goes with the KRCC. They have one game to go, which is against Phantom. So easy 5 points for them. That will make their tally 44. Again, their NRR is 1.18. So they are below Pokris at this point. But again, 0.19, 0.01 can, again be
Yeah,
covered.
if I'm betting, I'll bet that KRCC overtakes Pokris.
Yes,
Both will be at
that's quite
44,
possible.
but yeah, but I feel that NRR wise, KRCC will overtake.
Yeah.
Is what I feel.
So
But
just for the
again,
audience at this,
lot depends upon the toss and what happens at the decision with the toss. So
yes, that's true. So just for the audience, at this point, we did not touch the current NRR. So we just sorted based on the current NRR
yeah,
without thinking about what would be the future NRR. And we are just, that is where we are trying to cover what is the possibility. The Pokris and KRCC position can still switch.
yeah.
Okay, the next one is Lance. After winning against the Hitman, they have sealed their playoff position and they are at this point sitting at the rank 12. They have 2 games to go. One is against Local Boys, another one is Motor City. They are having currently 34 points, and we are majority of us we are giving the prediction of bonus both the games with the bonus mean. So another 10 point for them with the 44 point, but their NRR is the lowest 0.3, so they will get even with the 44 points. They will get the position 12. If you see right, Vijay there, one,
Mhm.
two, three, 4 teams are sitting on 44.
Yeah,
In fact, 4 teams are sitting on 44. So any bonus point here and there will make their position, you know, lot
yeah.
different. Any thought there, Vijay bhai?
No, I think that's why it is so difficult to figure out what exactly is going to happen, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but all I know is all these teams they are all going to make it to the playoffs. I think
Yes.
I think the real question is with the number 16 team is where I think the
Even
real
the
issue
NRR
is.
is close. Even KRCC can go past Raptors easily.
That is no Raptor is tough.
No,
1.18 to
Below,
1.52 is tough.
no, 1.18 to 1.52. I don't think is possible with
1.18 to
16.
1.19 is quite possible, as Vijay
yeah.
bhai already pointed out.
Yeah, because there's only one game remaining. If there was 3-4 games, yes, you can make that up. But one game, oh my goodness, you need a
Around big
huge,
margin, right?
yeah, huge margin.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Next rank is rank 13, which we gave it to Canton Hurricane. Canton Hurricane played 11 games. They are sitting on what 37 point. They have game against Troy Hawks, and we all predicted Canton Hurricanes to win, but we are again calling it out as a close game. So we did not give a bonus point to Canton Hurricane. So there they are with the 41 points. They can max get 42 points, and they are the rank 13th based on our prediction. Any thought there, Vijay bhai?
No, not really.
Even if you'll go, I think this is where is becoming very interesting. So if Even if Canton Hurricane loses this game, but manage to get the one bonus point, they will be above MCC Miles. If we go to the pool ranking, probably it will give a better understanding. But yeah, that is what my prediction is.
No, yeah, right now they are at 37, right?
Right, and MCC Miles on 33. Right, so considering MCC Miles will get the 5 point, and Canton Hurricane
38.
will get 1.38.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the rank. Our rank 14th, which is Dynamite. Dynamite also played 11 game with the 35 point. They have game against Marvel, so easy 5 points for them there, and they will get 40. That would be their max, and they will be fifth on the pool C, and then they will get that 14 rank. Any thought there, Vijay bhai?
No.
Now the next our rank 15th is Fighter. Fighter has already played 11 game with a 39 point. They have game against Red Devil that we talked about, and we did not give game to Fighter. We predicted Red Devils to win as we talked about it already without bonus. So the Fighter may get 1 point, and which will make their total tally to 40.
Yeah.
With because Fighter has the lesser win, that is where they are below Dynamites. Any thoughts there?
No, you're spot on there.
If Fighter have managed to win, their position from the rank 15 to all the way, they may go to the rank 13. So they may jump up couple of position if they manage to win again Red Devils. Now the rank 16 based on our prediction for the future game goes to the MCC Miles. They are currently played 11 game with the 33 points. They have a game against MI Ranger, and we all predicted MCC Miles to win that particular game with the bonus point. So that makes their tally to 38, and with the current NRR 0.76. Let's look at before that is the 16 rank, but let's look at the remaining teams how they are doing. So strikers sitting on currently they played 10 games. They have with the 27 point they have game again Cover Drive and FCC Agni. So both the games with the bonus point is what we are predicting for strikers to win. That will make their tally to 37. And the same goes to the Hawks. Hawks is also played 10 games at this point, and they have game against Troy Hawks and Thunderbolts, and we are expecting uh, Hawks to win both the game. That will change their tally from 27 to 36 or 37. Again, with Troy Hawks game, we did not give the bonus point, so we keep it at 36. Let's go to the Hitman, where they played 11 game. Their game is again Legends, and we again gave game to the Legends. So they are only get another point there that will make their tally to 34. We we still keep them in the contention. If they win this game, their the points will increase, and they may get into if they win with the bonus, still they have a lesser NRR than MCC Mile. That is where I felt that MCC Mile has a very bright chances to get that 16th position. Same goes with the FCC. FCC played 10 games. They have a two games, one being against the GLCC, and another I think another easy game. I think I forgot to mention there. So they may get another 5 points from 29 to 34, but it still won't be enough to get into the 16th or top playoff team. Only if they can manage to win against JLCC, they can add another 4 points there, or probably 5 points. If they are 5 points, they will be the 16th team.
Yeah.
Next is the Troy
I
Hawks.
mean, it's
Yeah, just give me that. Now we can discuss about this because I know we wanted to discuss about the last 6-7 teams. The next is the Troy Hawks. They played 10 games. They are sitting on the 31 points. They have two good games, Hawks and Canton Hurricanes. And unfortunately, we did not give both the games to Troy Hawks. The way we have predicted We predicted Hawks to win against Troy Hawks and Canton Hurricanes to win against Troy Hawks. However, we gave 2 bonus points to Troy Hawks that get their tally to 33. If Troy Hawks manage to win both the game, their tally will increase to 39, and again they will be through to the playoff. So that is the pretty much. Other than this 21 teams, we do not see any possibility of any other teams to get through to the playoff. So till these 21 teams are in a contention or fighting toward the playoff race. Other than all other 18 teams, based on the prediction that we have, they are out of the playoff race at least. Vijubai, any thoughts or comment?
I don't know. I mean, if I were in any shoes, I would like to be in MCC Miles' shoes, right? Because I think
Yes.
MCC Miles has every possible advantage both on NRR, bait, this thing. All they need to do is win the game. I mean, even if they don't get the bonus or any of those things, they can still pretty much, unless a catastrophic event happens, they're gonna get in as number 16. But I don't think they wanted to enter playoffs as number 16. They with the kind of players which they added this season and things like that. I'm sure they had hopes of being one of the top teams in DCL, but reality has been different.
That's true. Yeah, but MCC Miles, you remember we have a game against Indus where we have got them showcase game of the week, and but I think the way they have performed in the last couple of games is where they made their situation more trouble. Where they have created more trouble for themselves, and they are now fighting for those 16 odd position and might end up playing against Glad kind of team in the pre-quarter final itself.
Well, which is not a good option either for Glads or for MCC Miles. You get my point?
Glad has to play anyway, any team, right? So
No, I know, but yeah,
it,
I think playing MCC Miles is a tougher out than playing. If I had a choice, I would recommend Satya to play somebody else. But having said that, I mean, it's very difficult to say what is going to happen.
I think this week will fix most of the spots, so we get to know by this Saturday.
yeah, after this week, probably the ranking will be more sealed. At this point, this is what will looks, but
Yeah,
let's see.
we'll have to revisit this next week and see what happens.
Yes, true.
You'll have a better picture. I mean, now that you have the framework, I mean, people know what to do this Saturday, and it'll crystallize a little more next week.
That's true. So yeah, that's it pretty much from this particular section. This is a new section, and probably you guys might have find helpful probable chances and what you will be playing if you go to the playoff with such kind of ranking. But lot to be discussed about the game, even not just the winning Vijay, but about the bonus point as well. So we did predicted game including the bonus point, just to be more precise.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this question now. Now that I have you there, you're captain of Detroit Titans. Which team would you like to play? Forget about all these rankings. You are between 1 through 16. All right. Let's assume for the time being that you are spot on. You are Nostradamus. You got all 16 right. All right. Let's assume 17 through 21 did not make it as you predicted or your consensus prediction, and that the consensus was right, and these 16 were the 16 teams. Round 1, you're given a choice. Which team do you pick to play?
Not just. I mean, again, it is just a hypothetical question. I know all the teams
Yes.
will be giving a tough time, and I'm
Yes.
not. I
But
won't
for
go with that.
Detroit Titans,
Yeah,
for
I do get
Detroit
it because
Titans,
before answering, because I know it will be tougher because again I have to go and play, and probably I might end up playing with them, right? So I do not want to go with that confidence in the playoff. But I'm just focusing on the last 3-4 ranking, because the way Detroit Titans is sitting at this point, probably will end up with the top 4 or 5 team. So either I would play with Dynamite or Canton Hurricane, if you ask me.
No, so let's assume that you had only you could pick anybody, and they said, okay, you know what, Gaba bhai, you're Gaba, so I'm going to give you any team to play in the 16. Which team would you pick to play?
I would still pick either Dynamite or Hurricanes.
Okay.
How about you, Vijay? Same question.
I would pick either Dynamites or Gujarat Lions.
Okay, fair enough. Satya, what about you?
I pick less experienced team than who played more. So getting into playoff in pre-quarters really need nerves. So who's having less experience, they may not able to think positive there. But it depends on that day. So,
Did you get an answer, Gaba bhai?
No.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
mean, like, see, even fighters coming for the first time. It's like they are a new team again. Canton Hurricanes can be okay. Even Gujarat Lions
Okay,
is a new team. So
so you
then,
would prefer one of those three teams.
yeah.
Okay. Well, each of us has an
KR,
opinion.
another thing, KRCC and Pokris and Raptors sitting on that kind of middle position, no, it will be making lot of round very
That-
interesting.
That's the problem if you don't get the bonus in other games in the group game. So you all get in that one place.
If
So that's
if
where the
if you
bonus
see
getting
right,
interesting.
8, 9, 10, 11, that rank team, at least I don't want to play on the very first round. If I have to, I have to. But
Yeah, I know. That's
those
what
middle rank teams are dangerous.
that's why I was
Yes.
saying from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, or up to 11 at least. Uh, it's looking really tough. I mean, it's going to be a bloody war there.
Yeah, gonna be a lot of fun in the pre-quarter final.
Yeah, that's true.
So 9 will
So
be playing 11, right? Who again I have to see the
Nine
numbers.
will
well,
be playing.
no,
No,
no.
it's
8 plays 9.
8 plays 9.
8
Okay.
8 plays 9 and 7 plays 10.
So if that ranking goes, the 6 play 11, right? So the last year finalists will play a pre-quarter final. If
Yeah.
considering this will be a true ranking, Star
Yes.
versus KRCC will be a pre-quarter final.
Mhm.
I would prefer Stars versus Spoke Race because KRCC will go up. So
Yeah, I'm just saying if it is suppose
yeah,
this is
yeah.
a true ranking, then it is Star
No,
versus KRCC.
I fully expect KRCC to overtake Pukris.
Yeah,
That's just
because
my
just because of 0.01 and then they are having
points.
against Phantom.
Yes, the opponent and also the fact that the numbers says it's just 0.01.
Mhm.
So
And I
we'll see.
think even though Cheetahs looks a little weaker, but it is much better than Phantom as an opponent. So they may give some tough time to Pokris, but I don't think Phantom can even stand in front of KRCC. If they will win the toss, they bat first would be easy. Otherwise, we will again see another 200 odd runs on the board.
Since we are in the hypotheticals, let me ask you another hypothetical question. What happens if one of these teams gets a walkover? Did you guys
Walkover.
figure that? No, I mean, let's say their opponent didn't show up. All right. I mean, for example, let's say that somebody had to play Sterling strikers, and we said that they might have some problems getting 11. I do not know. Maybe they don't. I'm just saying
Mhm.
because let's assume I don't know there is some function or something comes up or whatever it is. Some religious holiday or I don't know whatever it is. But I'm just giving take whatever excuse you want and say that one of them gets a walkover. It can be anybody. Did you guys in the committee ever think have that ironed out as to what is going to
Yes,
happen with the
the
NRRs?
rule has been written and covered that way. There is a fine. Definitely, there is a fine for the team who is
Forget
working.
forget
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
the
yeah.
fine.
I'm just trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
cover that.
talking.
So
Okay.
the 5 point. If
Is the is
again,
the is the fun is the
I'm not, I may be slightly wrong, but I think what I remember that 5 points goes to the team who
yes
will stand true there, and then the worst NRR of the team who is giving a walkover will be awarded to the team who will get the 5 point.
Well, that makes no sense to give the worst NRR. You mean best NRR? Because
The team, that is where I do
why
not remember either the best NRR of the team who is standing, or we again have to check that, or the worst NRR of the team who is giving the walkover. You're getting my point. So
no,
it is
the team which is giving the walkover, let's say that they have a -5 NRR. You can't give -5 NRR to the team which
no
is
no
winning, right?
that the basically reverse you will be rewarded, right? So five
Yeah, the
plus five
reverse.
will be
Yeah.
rewarded to the winning team.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. So in other words, it's not giving this thing. But what
But
I'm saying
that
is
particular
that
game NRR will be considered where the team has lost badly, something like that.
okay? Well, I'll tell you how. Anyway, leaving that aside, is your fine still $500 or is that been revised?
Sorry, you're breaking. Can you come again?
Is your fine still $500
For
for
the
giving a
walkover,
walkover?
yes.
Okay.
No, in between, I
I
think
mean,
we cannot revise anything, right? So I think people are thinking about giving a walkover. They should definitely look and check about the fine.
no. I just brought it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
hypothetically, I'm just trying to give a message to the team.
no. I mean, the only reason I'm saying all these things is we are trying to educate the public. You get my point?
Yes.
So we just our job is just as educators. I'm not the one putting the fine. I don't
Yeah.
care what the who is paying the
Neither
fine or
committee get
how
the
much.
fine, right? All goes to the DCL
Yeah,
fund, and we why the fine is very high because we don't want team to give the walkover. As simple as that.
I agree, but sometimes what happens is, try to put yourselves in the team's position also. They are out of the playoffs. Now it becomes very difficult to motivate people to come for playing a game and things like that. So I don't know. I mean, this is just me personally. I think $500 fine is a little ridiculous. I mean, in the sense that you lose credibility at some point. People say, "Oh man, these guys are just out to squeeze money out of me." It's I understand a $200 fine. That's fine. But 500, even professional leagues don't put that much. So that's where. But
I mean,
leaving all that aside,
I respect your thought. Again, we can debate about it, but why generally these fines or these rules are being made so that people don't break it? If you ask me personally, I don't want any fines to be, goes against any team. But at the same time, there should be why we don't want those fines to be applicable, right? But people should follow the rules, right? So I don't want any team to give the walkover for the betterment of the league. But if they do, this would be the cause
yeah.
because
But say now, for example, you went 50 miles per hour in a 45-mile zone, and they give you $1,000 fine. Would you like it? No, right?
but
It's the
the
same
crime.
thing. I'll know it's this is. I mean, you have to understand it all. The crime depends upon what you're talking about. I mean, in the sense that when it comes to you, you can't say, "Oh, this is not such a major crime," and when it comes to somebody else, that's a major crime. Teams always give walkover in every league. All right. So I'm just saying is, do we want to make this $500 to this point where you just are like
Maybe
people
again
say,
we can debate and can change maybe for the next edition. But
no, no,
I do remember last year there was an incident. If Satya can also recall, where FCC again some one of the team, I do not remember which team it was, they gave a walkover, and FCC again struggled because they were into the borderline where they wanted to qualify for the playoff. And I do not remember the complete story, but there was some scenario happened because some team was giving walkover, and Agni was suffering because of that. So if now you place yourself in place of Agni, where you are missing the playoff position because some team is giving walkover, would you
no,
like
if
it?
some team is no. If some team is giving walkover, you're already getting the benefit of the NRR. The team which is getting the walkover already, it's see whether you like it or not, fine or no fine. When I give you a walkover, I have indirectly impacted many of the other things out somebody else. Let's say you got a big boost in NRR. Suddenly your ranking can go up from number 6 to number 2. just based on that NRR going up that much, assuming all the points were similar. You get my point? Now, obviously, a lot of people were affected. So your fine did not change anything. I'm just saying the question is, I don't know.
Yeah,
For me, it is
maybe.
like, okay, yeah, I mean, at some point you need to ask what is reasonable. Sometimes we want to say, oh, we want to show that we are very tough, but really,
No, it's not about.
is
I
that?
think this is again, if majority of the again, this is the committee thing, right? I'm just one
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of it,
no,
and
no,
I'm
yeah, yeah, I
representing this
agree.
team
No, no,
also.
no, no. I
We
was
can
just asking.
definitely revisit those numbers next year and then get the captain
I
consent and change it.
trust me. Lingappan, I heard, is coming with an armed degree of written up things about things which he wants to change. Whether he actually comes and changes that, I do not know. But we'll see what happens.
Mhm. Okay, I think we are already close to 3 years.
Yep, yep. This sounds good.
It was a
Yeah,
good show. I hope the our audience has enjoyed and has got some good insight about the future ranking and stuff like that.
so I
So
think
we
this is the
can,
first show where we had a lot of technical difficulties.
yeah,
But
we
our friend Parthiv, despite being in the US, couldn't overcome his technical difficulties, and I, despite being in India and with all the power cuts, still managed to overcome as much as I could many of the technical
I need to
difficulties.
see what kind of telephone service that mobile service he uses because the internet should be 5G plus, right? His phone should have worked even though Wi-Fi was struggling.
That's a good question.
Okay, I think
All right,
thank
sounds
you
good.
everyone
All right,
and
take
good
care.
night.
See you guys.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.